getting started. I'm still getting everything set up. It's been a hectic morning, but good. So I'll give it a second for folks to get on in here so that we can get things rocking and rolling. Hope that you are doing good on this Tuesday. Hey, Gracia. Hello, Dennis. Hello, Renee. Good morning. Y'all doing all right today? Good morning, Francis and Kim Kim. I see folks coming in. Good morning, Sue. Good to see you this morning. Good morning, JFM. Hey, Gabe DeBabe. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Good morning, Cam. I saw your text. Thank you very, very much. Good morning, Sage. Good morning, Willie. Good morning, Jen. Good to see you. I'm missing people. Good morning, Renee. It's going fast. Good morning, Polly. Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, Melinda. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Sage. What's up, Farah? Thank you, Cam. Good morning, Kim Kim. Good morning. Well, I missed it again. It went very fast. So listen, folks, if you're joining me anywhere other than TikTok, thank you, Endo. Thank you, Brandy. Good morning. If you're joining me anywhere other than TikTok, please say hello in the chat so that I can greet you back. Good morning, Lonnie. If you are joining me from Substack, I cannot see your chat, but I'm very grateful that you are here. Good morning, Dance Forever. Good morning, Dilgrave. Good morning, Ebbistums. Good morning, KT. It's going fast again. Good morning, Aerosmith. Good morning, Amusing SN. Good morning, Nini. Thank you, Cheetah. Hey. Good morning. Good morning, Kaylin. You guys doing all right? Thank you, Lonnie. Appreciate it. Good morning, Kaylin. Good morning, Dee Marie. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate it. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Faye. Good to see you over there on the tube of you. Good morning, Celia, Kimber, Showtime. What's up? How are you guys? I'm a magnet. Good morning, Tam Bam, Colleen, Veronica. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning. Yep, and it went really fast. Thank you, Cam. You can't see the feed. It's because, are you talking about the people I'm greeting? Because I'm on TikTok over here, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook and Substack over here. So you can't see the people that I'm greeting over here because it's TikTok. And so they're on a different system. So I have them, they're kind of two different things. That's why my head always goes back and forth. Thank you, Conchita. Appreciate you. Good morning, David. Good morning, Irvette. Good morning. I'm glad to see you guys popping in here today. What's your YouTube channel? Same as everything else. It's the Dani Cook. Thank you, Jay Bird. I appreciate it. So glad to see everybody popping in here. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it. Thank you, coolest mom ever. Oh, geez. Good morning, Abu Binks. How are you? What's up, Amy? Appreciate you guys. Hey, Heather. All right, so we got a lot to cover today and to talk about. And hey, good morning, Carl. Thank you, Carla. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Auntie Tinker. Good morning, Miss Linda. So I am, as you can see, I have a couple different things that I want to remind everybody about. So can we kick off with PJ Panda? I usually do the PJ Panda for everybody else, not really for my birthday. Good morning, lovely Ginger. Good to see Ginger. I said gender. Good morning, lovely Ginger. Good to see you. Thank you, Fly. Grandma said, you're going down the rabbit hole. Yeah, Terry, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Good morning, Butters. Good morning, Carol W. Yeah, I'm just saying, Amy, like, ugh. Do you not see my reaction to it already? Good morning, Dolphin. All right. So I appreciate all the birthday wishes. Yes, it is my birthday today. I want to remind everybody that if you are in Tennessee, especially if you are in the 1st District of Tennessee, the 1st Congressional District, this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be interviewing Christy Burke. She is running up against Diana Harshbarger, and the district really needs her. So if you've got people in that area, please remind them, please tell them they do want to tune in right here this evening. Okay. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Aziz. Appreciate it, Celia B. Good morning, Stay. How are you? Good morning, Chris Cooper. Good to see you as well. I really do appreciate all the birthday wishes, y'all. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, Birdman, Catsmandu, Scotty. Thank you for the flowers for my birthday. Appreciate it. Your birthday was Saturday as well. Taurus season in the house. We're the bulls. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate it. Thank you, Hussein, Yolanda. Good morning. Thank you all, really. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, Harold. Good to see you. No, Red Hot, you could not pay my ass to be 25 again. No, thank you. No, thank you. Appreciate it, Charles. Yeah, no, I didn't know shit at 25. I did not know shit at 25. Thank you for the puppy and the cat. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget that we are having a Pally panel today at probably right around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna run a Pally panel today. Okay. So I appreciate it. Oh, Cam, those are cute. You guys can't see all the like when they gift on TikTok, they're like different little animals or flowers or whatever, and they're super cute. So yeah, like that one's May. I haven't ever seen that one before. So it's really, really cute. Good morning, Chris. Appreciate everybody that has sent me text messages or posted online. As you can imagine, there's a few of them, and it's difficult for me to answer them all. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, I did pop into Facts Still Matter today on TikTok this morning to talk about something. And we are going to talk about what I talked about on Facts Still Matter. We're going to talk about that over here too. I also wanted to just circle back around. Good morning, Bobby. I wanted to circle back around. Appreciate you, Nisi. And talk about some things that are really, really important. Love that, Jen P. Thank you. Oh, they were raving about me after I left. Love that. Love that very, very much. Hope that you guys have come over and are following as well. What's a conflict? The audio got weird. Yeah, it glitched earlier when I was somewhere else too. Oh, thanks for the purple hearts, Brandy. Today's your daughter's birthday too. I love that. Tell her happy birthday from me. Good morning, Jody. Okay, so I want to talk about a couple of different things today, and so you guys don't let me forget that we are going to have a conversation, and I'm sure we're going to have many of them about Congress, but I want to have a specific conversation around Congress and midterms today. And we're going to be doing that all the time between now over the next 6 months, right? But I wanted to circle back and talk about a couple of things that maybe we haven't been talking about that I want us to not forget about. I don't want us to just step over them, right? So user 480, if you would like to have a conversation, you can join. Thank you, Veronica. I got them done like a week ago. The girls went with me. Yeah, so user 480. So let me just explain things. If you are new to me, let me just take one moment. If you are new to me, let me share with you the way that I do things in this space. Okay. So number one, the first thing that I ask for is that everybody is respectful. Okay. The second thing that I ask for is don't use slurs of any kind. If you use a slur, you will be muted and then booted, because I just don't do that. And I don't care who you're using it against. Thank you, Texas. Thank you for the wolf. I really appreciate that. Those are awesome. And then don't spam the comments. In other words, if you're going to say something, say it once or twice, but don't say the same thing 4, 5, 6, 7 times, because it's not good for the algorithm. And yeah, the wolf was badass, right? And it's just not productive for the live. And then last but not least, don't type in all caps. And the reason for that is, besides the fact that all caps are reserved for my moderators, I have some folks that are vision impaired, and all caps is reserved for those individuals, and not everybody else. So be respectful of people with visual disabilities, okay? The other thing, and I'm just going to say this very quickly, the other thing is that if you disagree with me, I'm fine with that. And if you disagree with me and you begin to put things in the chat that just aren't true, appreciate you very much, Big Daddy 3. If you put things in the chat that is just misinformation or disinformation, and I invite you to the panel and you choose not to come, you will eventually be muted, because I don't do disinformation in the space. And if you're brave enough to put it in my chat, you should be brave enough to get on the panel and defend it, right? And so if you can't do that, then you'll see what you get. Oh, thank you for the little birthday hat. It's so cute. Good morning, Nance. Good to see you. All right. So a couple of reminders for everybody. It has been 143 days since the president of the United States and the DOJ, right, of this administration were supposed to turn over the Epstein files, right? And so I think that we really need to be paying attention to that. Okay. And the reason why is there are significant consequences in normal administrations where the rule of law is respected and where it's adhered to, and where, you have an administration that understands that the law works for everybody. Appreciate you, Witch. And that nobody is above the law and people should be able to adhere to it, right? So, user, this is going to be your last invitation to my panel before you get muted, simply because you are spewing misinformation and haven't come to the panel. So take your little 30 to 45 seconds and decide if you're joining this panel or not, user 480, before you get muted and booted. Right? So choose. Good morning, Taryn. Appreciate it to my friend that just sent me a text. So mods, if user chats again before joining the panel, just go ahead and mute. Thank you. All right, so this is important. And do you all remember back in February or March of this year? And you remember when there was a district judge, a federal judge, that had asked the DOJ. They were in New Jersey. Do y'all remember this? Appreciate you, Red Hot. They were in New Jersey. And this district judge said to the DOJ that they wanted a report for every time that the DOJ had disregarded an order by the court, right? Y'all remember this? And the DOJ actually did the report, and in a matter of like 30 days, they had violated court orders over 50 plus times, right? It is super important that we understand that we have an administration that has zero interest in adhering to the law. What's up, Jay Nice? If you do not follow a woman by the name of Liz Oyer, please follow her. She is across all the socials. Good morning, Sassy. Her name is Liz, Liz, and her last name is Oyer, Oyer. She is the former pardon attorney for the DOJ. And she is brilliant and she's amazing. And she keeps us on task and up to date with the things that are happening in the DOJ. And then she tells us what's happening now and then how we can fix it moving forward and in the future. So if you do not follow her, please follow her. Her name is Liz Oyer. Okay. You follow her on YouTube. Love that. So I was listening to her yesterday and she's great. She's amazing. But it's just a reminder that the DOJ has been gutted. So typically what happens in our government, and this is really important because I don't know if people understand this. Thank you, Blue Honey Pot. I don't know if people know how our normal government goes, right? So the way that the normal government goes is you have what we would call career government employees. These are people that work in our federal government under every administration possible. Okay. So whether it's a Democratic administration or whether it's a Republican administration, it doesn't matter. Their job isn't there to be political. They're not political appointees. They are literally people that their job and their expertise is getting our federal government to work and to work for the people. They're not interested in parties. They are nonpartisan, right? Hey, Doug, good morning. And so it's important that we remember that. And this administration has gutted a lot of those people and the positions that they were in. And we're going to talk about some specific places where that has taken place, like the DOJ, like the Department of Energy, and in other places that it's having significant consequences on us as Americans in this country. Okay. Also, yeah, can we try to balance out my panel, guys? Because it is not balanced at all right now. Thank you. Yep. The EPA is also one of them. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate it, Scotty. Yes, ICE does have Indigenous people in detention centers. 100%. Yeah. Like that's a true thing. Yeah. Thank you, Witch. I appreciate it. Yep. FEMA. A lot of places. Thank you, Cheryl. And so it's important for us to remember this, because what's the goal in that? Like if we're just being regular individuals, right? If we're just thinking like from a nonpartisan perspective, do we want the most knowledgeable, the most career, the most, people with the most expertise in those positions? Or do you want people in those positions who are just loyal to whatever someone says? And that's a real question that I'm asking. Do you want loyalists in the government, or do you want people who are actually experts in the positions in which they've been hired? Good morning, Slacky. Good to see you, right? So, Chente, so I'm going to invite you to the panel. And if you don't come to the panel, you'll eventually get muted. And it's not because of anything that you're saying, other than you're being random and you're not talking, you're being a distraction. Okay? You're being a distraction on purpose and not kind of participating. So, Chinty, if you want to talk about ICE, if you want to talk about detention centers, if you want to talk about even God in terms of this administration, then please feel free to join my panel. And I would just say this, especially if you want to talk about God. If you want to talk about God, you are more than welcome to join my panel. We can talk about God all day long when it comes to this administration. And I would recommend that you bring your Bible with you. Oh, thank you for that reminder, Scotty. Whoo-wee. Let me change the layout. There we go. Okay. Sure, Leslie Ann. Yes, the chat is very busy. 100%. 100%. I don't see you, Leslie Ann. There you go. She's got a question about votes. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well this morning. Thank you. Great. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Living the dream. What you got?
We have a new person that is running Democrats as a progressive.
Mm-hmm.
And he is not accepting any AI PAC money. So I'm watching, a lot of people are wanting to vote for him, but I'm afraid that realistically that my state of Michigan will not vote for him because we still have rural areas.
Mm-hmm.
I know like the cities will vote for him, but
are you talking about in your primary? Are you talking about for the primary?
He actually is running for Senate.
Right, but are you talking about voting for him in the primaries, or are you talking about? Yeah. So,
and I know statistically like how we say, and I was just wondering what are the likelihoods of him winning.
So you know me, I don't do the whole crystal ball thing, but here's what I would say. So the first thing that I would say is, in the primaries, you vote for who you want. In the primaries, you vote for who you truly want. Okay, period. And then whoever wins, that's your indicator, right? So if he wins the primary, that tells you that the Dems are on board with him. Whether the DNC is or not, doesn't matter. If he wins the primary, because your DNC is backing a different candidate, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So here's what happens. So think about this. If in the primary, the DNC, the establishment Democrats, are backing a different candidate, and he is the progressive. And so in the primaries, you vote for who you want, okay? And if you want Abdul, then you vote for Abdul. I happen to think he's going to win. That's just my personal opinion, but not because I can see into the future. And the numbers they can't really tell you that. But what I will say to you is that we are seeing more and more that when you have a progressive that is going up against the establishment Democrat, the progressives are winning because people want something more than the establishment Dems. So this is
I feel that.
Yes.
I feel that.
Yes. So this is what I would say is in the primaries, you vote for the person that you want. And then in the general election, you vote for whichever Democrat won the primaries. So if you vote for Abdul in the primaries and he doesn't win, then you vote for whatever Dem beat him, right? But if you you can vote for him in the primaries and he wins, and then that tells you that the rest of the state is also behind him as well.
Okay. Well, thank you for explaining that.
You're very welcome. No problem. Great
I've been
question.
wanting to ask you.
Yeah, no, great question. 100%. I happen to like him. I think he's fantastic.
I do too. He's a doctor, and so he sees what is needed, and so to me that makes all the sense in the world to vote for him.
Yeah, he's very smart. He's a doctor. He's not taking AIPAC money or any pro-Israel PAC money, and so I think that he'll do very well. That's just my personal opinion.
I hope so.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No problem. So great question. So folks, this is the time. The primaries are the time for you to vote for the candidate that you truly want. So follow me. If you're like, I'm sick of the establishment, I'm sick of the Democrat establishment, then great. You vote for the person that is going up against the establishment. Perfect. In the primaries, that's what you do. And then whoever wins the primaries, that's who you vote for come November. That's what you do, right? That's what happens. So I hope that was helpful and everybody kind of gets it. So, and while it's important, so while we talk about, let me just say this, while let's talk about where we say no more establishment Dems, I want to be clear. If the establishment Dem wins your primary, yeah, that's who you vote for come November. That's who you vote for come November, because come November, we don't get to be picky and choosy. Come November, we vote for whoever the Democratic candidate is. That's what we do. That's what we do. And why do we do that? And this is the thing that I really want to talk about some today so that everybody understands. When we talk about how important this midterm elections are, it is through the roof important, but in such a fantastic way. Hello, Ben. And so I want to say this to you all. So a lot of people keep positioning this as harm reduction. And I hear you, and I don't position it that way. So to me, I'm not thinking about harm reduction. To me, I'm thinking about what we can get by voting for whomever the Democratic candidates are, okay, come November. Good morning, John. And so follow me what I'm saying, okay? So this is what I'm saying. So when you think about this election, so what did they use last year this time? What was the mechanism that the Republican Party used to give these tax cuts to the billionaires and take money out of Medicaid and take money out of SNAP in order to pay for it? What was the mechanism? Does anybody remember? I've been saying that, but it's budget reconciliation, BR. It was the budget reconciliation bill, right? And yep, and it was the one big barbaric bill, but it's budget reconciliation, okay? And so I want you all to understand this. Budget reconciliation, by the time we get to this time next year, if you have a Democratic majority in the House and in the Senate, okay, which is possible, it's doable, then you get to, by this time next year, you have a budget reconciliation bill that can put the federal funding back into Medicaid that they took out, that can put that money back into SNAP that they took out, right? You can put in new ACA subsidiaries, right? So that people can afford their ACA marketplace insurance. And then you can take the money out of ICE that they gave to ICE. You can put that money into different programs or put that money into the FTC. So under special provisions where it can be spent going after some of the healthcare monopolies that we have, the insurance monopolies that we have, the for-profit prison systems monopolies that we have, like using the funds to actually go after these large corporations that are monopolizing some of our most important industries, including the grocery industry, right? And so imagine being able to do that and be there in a year's time. That's important. So do you understand? So for me, when someone says to me, you have to vote Democrat for harm reduction, it doesn't feel as good, right? I mean, I would do it regardless, but it doesn't feel as good. But when I say to you, you want to vote Democrat in November so that by next year, you can put the federal funding back into Medicaid and back into SNAP, and we can take care of our children and our elderly and our disabled, right? Then you are voting for something that you are building and not for the lesser of two evils. You see what I'm saying? I want you to change your mindset about the way that you look at things, because you are not voting for the lesser of two evils. You are voting for a way to take care of your children and the elders and the disabled. Good morning, Burke. right? And so this is the way that we shift our mind when we think about these things. Good morning, Xavier, right? So I just want to offer that to you all this morning as a way of thinking about our language, because words matter, as we know, right? So Ben, you can say you think voting is the problem. Here's what I would ask you is, what's your solution? That's what I would say to you is, what's your solution? Because what I find is that a lot of people who criticize the system and the way that it exists either hasn't been participating in the system, or has participated but doesn't know how the system works, or has participated and doesn't like the outcome but doesn't have any solutions. Right? So here is the link. I just put it in there. So Ben, if you would like to join the panel and discuss, what your thoughts are around voting, then we can do that. Good morning, Courage to Walk. Good morning, Annie. Yeah, so I'm offering that to you all so that you can yeah, good morning, Alice. Good morning, Noe. So Ben, would you like to join the panel? Because I put the link to join the panel in the chat. Let me know. So, does everybody understand what I'm saying when we talk about those things, and why this is so important in terms of your framing? Because I don't know about you, but when I think about yeah, so Jennifer, I don't even really get into, okay. So right now, unless I'm having a conversation where somebody is talking to me about their choices with voting, I don't really talk about like, oh, this is what you should vote for and whatever. The first thing that I want to do is understand why they think the way that they currently think. So, what's up, Ethan? Good morning. So like right now, I would love for Ben to join the panel, because if Ben thinks voting is a problem, then I want to know why Ben thinks that, right? And then I want to get to understand his thought process and what has his experience been, right? Same thing for anybody else. And so for me, before I tell people what they should they should or shouldn't do, I want to find out what they've done. I want to find out what their experience is. I want to find out why they think what they think. And then I want to find out truly what's important to them. So like if you could pick, thank you, Ethan. If you could tell me like, what are your main issues facing you? What do you believe are the things that are the most important? Okay, Cam, like what are they? And then let's talk about those policies based on the people that are running, right? And so that's my thought process before I start telling people what they should or shouldn't do. That's kind of how I approach the situation. Okay. I want to remind everybody these 4 boxes, because we just headed straight in. Somebody asked me a question about voting and it took us all the way over, but I want to circle back to midterms, and I want to circle back to candidates. I want to circle back to issues. First of all, I want to talk about the 4 boxes that you see on your screen. It has been 143 days since the executive branch has defied law and not turned over the Epstein files, right? And the question that I would ask anybody that supports this administration, anybody that supports this president, my question to you would be, why do you think that's okay? Why do you think it is okay for the federal government to disobey law, to disregard law, right? And not do what they have been instructed to do? And then why isn't Congress or the court system doing something about it? Why is everybody sitting on their ass and not enforcing the law that exists? And I don't want to hear just about no House oversight conversation where, you know, people sit in front of you and they don't answer your questions, or they filibuster the whole time, and they don't really say shit, and then they're still not held accountable. What I want to know is, why aren't we holding these individuals accountable? That's what I want to know. Why isn't Todd Blanche being it's the Transparency Act, Vinny. It said that the Epstein files were supposed to be released by December the 19th of 2025. Good morning, Caleb. And so that's the question, right? The question is, no, they haven't, Vinny. That's the point, is no, they haven't. No, there are millions of, what is it, you guys, like 3 million more pages that have not been released? Something to that effect. And then the ones that were released weren't released in compliance with the law. Vinny, I don't know what you mean when you say none and not one. What does that mean? Why don't you join the panel, Vinny, so that we can talk instead of us trying to go back and forth in the chat. Sometimes that's very difficult. Good morning, Wawa. Tina G, I don't believe that. I don't believe that they're being blackmailed at all. I don't believe that. And what I really want to know, more than why haven't they complied, what I really want to know is, why haven't we enforced law? Oh, so now that I invited you to the panel, Vinny, now all of a sudden you want me to get a life? I have one. I wonder, do you, Vinny? You can't have one, because I'm actually on TikTok with a firm purpose and ready to engage in conversations and fact-based exchange, right? You're on TikTok, like literally like whining like a little man. Right. Like an elementary school, try to be bully. But he can only bully through prank calls, not to your face. Good morning, Eric. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. So this becomes the question, right, about government accountability. And this is why, no. So Chris, do you know what he's doing? He's not quoting the Spice Girls. So the video that I did when I said, do you guys know what I believe, what I really believe? I believe that's what he's doing, which tells me, great, I'm so glad you watched the video. Yeah, well, Vinny, that just tells me you have no idea who you're talking to. When you say, what do people hope to gain from the release of the files? Accountability, Jonah. Accountability. That's what people hope to gain. That's what people hope to gain. People hope to gain accountability. People hope to gain some people having to actually pay for the crimes that they committed, or in an actual court of law. And that's what people are going for. Good morning, Michael. Yeah. Well, Jonah, here's what I would say to you when you say we won't get that. Number one, who is we? And tell me how you know. Because what I would say is that anybody who says we won't get that, you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. You've got a defeatist attitude with no actions even being taken to get accountability. I just don't buy this whole, oh, well, it's never going to happen bullshit. Of course it is. Of course it is. And it will happen as long as we make it happen. But the more you sit on your ass and say, oh, it's not going to change, well, then guess what? Don't be surprised when you sit on your ass and it doesn't change. Good morning, Candy, and thank you. Right? The majority of these people aren't as smart as they want you to think they are. Let me just be clear. These folks are not as smart as they want you to think they are. It's just very important for people to understand what is available to you. Okay? Like real talk. So, again, my question to you would be, while the President of the United States talks so much about illegal immigrants and how they're in the country illegally, right? Which is a misdemeanor, by the way. And yet, his administration is committing a crime right now by not releasing the files. So you tell me, what's the difference in the DOJ illegally withholding files and an immigrant being in the country illegally? A criminal is a criminal. The law is the law. So should we not be rounding up all of the DOJ and throwing their ass in a detention center, or deporting them to a third country that they've never ever been to in their lives? I'm down for that. Pam Bondi, Todd Blanche, all of those folks, right? I'm just saying, if you believe the law is the law, well, so now you just sound really silly that you don't know the name of the act. So the law is HR 4405. That's what it is. Yep. Epstein Transparency Act. That's the law. So for the person who asked me for it, I just gave it to you. Now you can look it up. It's just so, it tickles me when people go, what law are they breaking? The law that was passed that the President of the United States signed on November 19th, 2025. It's called Epstein Files Transparency Act, HR 4405. That's the law. Why is this difficult? And how do you not know this? So this is what I want to know, right? If people being in the country, right? If people being in this country illegally means that they should be rounded up off the street. And yeah, it's called Public Law 119-38. That's the law. Yep, that's the law. Public Law 119-38. Look it up. So again, the question becomes, and this is just really important, right? What I want to know is, why is it okay for the administration, for the DOJ, for the Department of Homeland Security, for this administration to round up, right, unauthorized immigrants who are guilty of a misdemeanor, right, which is being in the country illegally? Why is that okay? Why is that okay? How come they can't break the law, but this administration can? If we're going to enforce the law, if we're going to round up criminals, then we should be rounding them up from everywhere, right? Why aren't we rounding up the criminals that are in the DOJ? They don't get to make the law. Congress does. And the DOJ is supposed to follow the law. And so if the DOJ isn't following the law, then it is time for someone to hold them accountable. So this is the question. One of you all, I want one of you all that is defending this to give me the answer, please, if you can. Anybody want to give it to me? So I'm going to tell you, do you want to know who it is that can actually do something about the DOJ? Whoops. So Congress, and then who else could do it? So it would be Congress, it would be the Office of the Inspector General, it would be the Office of Professional Responsibility for attorney misconduct, and it would also be the Public Integrity section. But the public integrity section technically is kind of like under the DOJ, right? But it would be the OIG, the Office of Professional Responsibility, and or I don't understand why people that are from the home states where these attorneys are licensed through, why we aren't filing complaints with all of their bars and asking for their license to be stripped because they're not complying. Yes, Julia J., it is my birthday. So I'm just saying, why not have mass filings of attorney misconduct? Thank you, Todd. And have their licenses stripped and removed. Appreciate you guys for all the birthday wishes. It had kind of died down. And then it came back. So appreciate it, Noe. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, sacred space. Thank you. Right? So these are things that we need to be thinking about on how do we go about them. Thank you, Melissa. How do we go about getting enforcement done? Thank you, Big Daddy D, for the candles and the cake. How do we go about getting it enforced? So listen, I will be spending my night with you all tonight because at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be interviewing congressional candidate Christy Burke. She is running for Congressional District 1 in the state of Tennessee against Diana Harshbarger. So I'm very much looking forward to that conversation. We were supposed to be doing it on the 14th, and then they had a conflict of interest. And so they asked me if they could reschedule for today. And I said, yes. I saw it, but I was driving at the time. So, but I very much appreciate it, as you know. Thank you, Arvette. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate it. Right? So I just believe, call me crazy, you all, but I believe in possibility, and I believe in what we can do with the power of the people. Right? And so I think that we have the ability to do these things and hold them accountable. Thank you, Jacqueline. I appreciate that. I will, Chris. I will. She might be tuned in here later. Thank you, Jay Owen. I appreciate it. Everybody keeps saying your 30s and your 20s will be a fine. I'm okay being over 50. Appreciate you, Din Mad. I really am. I think like if I were gonna go back to a decade, it would be my 40s. But even that, I was still learning some shit. It would have to be like 47 or later. Really, like when you get to this stage of the game, you just realize like the benefits of youth aren't worth the lack of wisdom that you have at that time, right? The wisdom that you have at this age is like, right, Stephanie, but only if you could take your wisdom, right? That's it. Yeah, that's it. So no, thank you. Yeah, so I have no wisdom. Okay. Well, you don't have to agree with me. I don't know why people think like is that supposed to make me mad when somebody goes, you don't have any wisdom? Okay, bro. Yeah. And do you know how dumb some people are? They think that this is a boy haircut. So the fact that you all don't know that haircuts don't have gender is part of the reason why you have a problem with pronouns. It's because you do not know that haircuts don't have a gender. That's why y'all are so confused by pronouns. This is why. This is why you have problems with pronouns, is you don't know that haircuts don't have a gender. Bless it. And then what's crazy is he'll probably tell me he's a Christian. He'll probably tell me he's a Christian. But then if Samson was running around here with Samson's long hair that gave him all of his strength, they'd call Samson. Y'all know what they would say about Samson and all his hair. Y'all are just crazy. Whew. Right. Jesus had long hair too. I'm just saying. Oh my word. Okay. So, next, now that we've talked a little bit about these e-files and we've kind of thought about some ideas, right? When we talk about accountability and things that we can do, right? Oh, Audra, listen, I literally cut my own hair. So what does that tell you? It means I don't give a fuck if anybody else likes it or not. I cut it the way that I like it. And if you don't like it, that's great, because you're not for me anyway. I'm the person who has to look at me every day. If you don't want to look at me, just get the fuck out my life. But yet you are here every day, Dees. Do you know why you're here, Dees? Because you have Dani derangement syndrome. You suffer from DDS. And that is why you're here every day, to look at my boy haircut and listen to my wisdom. Okay. All right. So I'm just saying, right? Thank you, Irvette. So I also want to talk about this 74 days, because I appreciate you guys. And thank you for all of the birthday wishes. I really do. Appreciate all. Right, Scotty, they come in every day. So remember, I want to talk about this president that says we must have rule of law and we must have law and order. And that's why we have to go after all of these unauthorized, undocumented, illegal immigrants, while this administration is violating 2 laws, actually 3. Can we talk about the 3 laws that the Trump administration, that the executive branch is guilty of breaking right now? Oh, yeah, Daniel. Yeah. Somebody had a comment about my haircut, as if I care. Some of these folks be talking to me like we married or like I'm interested. Like, what is wrong with y'all? I'm not on the market. Not because I couldn't be, because I choose not to be. Focus on other things right now, beloved. Okay, but anyway, so listen, can we talk about the 3 laws that our executive branch is violating right now and the crimes that our executive branch is committing? So 1, they are in violation of the Epstein Transparency Act, right? Thank you, Vera. So that's the first law, because they are 143 days past the date that they are supposed to, yeah, I know, Taryn, but it does, right? So that's 1, Epstein Transparency Act, first law that they are violating. Thank you, Sean. Okay. 2, we are in a war and it is day 74. We are in a war. It is day 74 and Congress has not said we can be in a war, right? So we are 2 weeks past the due date. Okay. Number 3, we are committing war crimes. Do you understand that? And we are committing war crimes in a number of ways, but one of the ways that we are committing war crimes is in our support of Israel. And the reason why is because according to the War Powers Act of 1996, we cannot legally sell or give arms to a country that has been found guilty of war crimes. And since Benjamin Netanyahu and the entity of Israel have been found to be committing war crimes in their genocide against Palestinians, we should not be arming them. Do you all understand that? That's before we even talk about the Geneva Convention. That's according to our own War Powers Act of 1996. So what I want to know is, why do we believe it is okay for our government to violate the law, for our executive branch to violate the law, but nobody else is supposed to? Right? And can we talk about the differences in the laws? Can we talk about them for a moment? So the President of the United States and his administration would like for you to believe that people that migrated to this country and entered illegally and are undocumented, that are working and living in our communities and our neighborhoods and account for the smallest fraction of violent crimes in our communities. These folks are such a threat that we should round them up, throw them in detention centers, or put them onto planes and deport them, even if a federal judge says not to. Appreciate you, Wawa, right? And their crime is stepping over a imaginary line that we all decided was our border, right? But protecting pedos is less dangerous. I just want to be clear. Shielding perverts and predators against women and children, is that less dangerous than stepping over a line to make a living and to earn money for your family? Which one do you think can cause more damage to people? But they have you all believing that this is the party of law and order. But this is the party that is literally protecting people that are trafficking, abusing, right? Sometimes selling, sometimes purchasing, assaulting women and children. So my question to you is, if you are in here and you are a Trump supporter, or you support this administration, thank you, I appreciate you. So this is what I want to know is, why? How do you reconcile this? And I don't think there's a single one of you all that can be honest and tell me why. Because I think that it's unjustifiable. I think that that there is nothing you can say. Because even in prison, they don't do this shit. Even in prison, they hold people accountable for this kind of shit. So it's crazy to me that prisoners have better ethics than our fucking DOJ. So again, I need you all to hear me when I'm going to keep reinforcing this in every one of these boxes today. I'm going to keep reinforcing that the way that you fix this is you get a Democratic majority in Congress in November. Do you hear me? You get a Democratic majority in Congress in November. And the reason you do that is because that is the body that can check this executive branch. That is the body that can check the Supreme Court. That is the body that can do these things. And they have in the past, in history. And what we know right now is the GOP majority in Congress is not doing it. They have laid down the powers. The oath that they took in office, they are not fulfilling. Do you all hear me when I tell you that the oath of office they took, they are not fulfilling? And I want to know why you think you should vote for those people again. Why would you hire someone that is failing at the job you ask them to do? I mean, seriously, get real about it. I do not believe that a Democratic Congress will be perfect. I will not get everything that I want from a supermajority Democratic Congress, but what I will get is checks and balances, and I will get a stable country that we can begin to build on. Right now, we are not a stable government. We are not a stable country. Our own allies call us unpredictable and unreliable. Oh, today's my birthday, Don Juan, but thank you. Do y'all hear me? Your allies, our allies are calling us unreliable, unpredictable. What does that tell you about our validity and our position in the world? Thank you, Nico, right? It tells you that we are at risk. It tells you that our current administration, right? Our current administration is a threat to our national security. Thank you, Barry. Nope, you didn't miss it. And so that means we have to do something about it. Now, I know some of you all that are in here with me a lot. Appreciate all the birthday wishes, you guys. Some of you all that are in here with me a lot, you've heard me mention, and if you were on Faxes Live this morning, you heard me talk about the time when Congress put both the executive branch, appreciate you, Sassy, and the Supreme Court in check. So thank you, Muhammad OS. How many of you all knew, and if you knew because of me, don't say yes, but how many of you all did not know? Let me ask it that way. How many of you all did not know that there was a time in history when Congress took a court case away from the Supreme Court and said they no longer had jurisdiction over it while the arguments were being heard before the court? If you didn't know that, put a 1 in the chat. Oh, thanks, Brandy. If you didn't know that Congress had taken a case away from the Supreme Court, put a 1 in the chat. Because they did. They did. And I'm going to share it with you. Are you ready? This part I get really excited about, okay? It happened in 1868. We had a racist, fascist executive branch in our government, and they wanted to take a course. There was a court case before the Supreme Court that would determine if the Reconstruction Acts were constitutional or not. Yep, 1868. This is also 1869 is the year that they put into law that the Supreme Court needed to be 9 seats. And the reason was we had 9 districts. And so they expanded the court for it to be 9 seats. We now have 13 districts, which is why our court should be 13 Supreme Court justices. Okay, now follow me. 1868. Whoop. So the Reconstruction Acts were passed in 1867. Okay. And so it passed, even though it was vetoed by Johnson several times. Okay. So here's what happened. The Reconstruction Acts that were passed, even though President Johnson vetoed them, I want you all to understand the President of the United States was such a racist, he vetoed the Reconstruction Acts. How many of you all knew that Johnson was such a bigot that he actually vetoed the Reconstruction Acts? And they passed in spite of him. He vetoed it several times. No, I mean Johnson. I don't mean Jackson, I mean Johnson. So I'm going to give you the summary, and I'm reading this from the Constitution Center. Okay, so listen, it was Andrew Johnson. Yes. So yeah, Andrew Johnson in 1867. Okay, so Republicans in Congress were livid. And I want you all to remember that at this time, Republican ideology was liberal, because Republicans were in the North at that time, right? The Republicans had a liberal ideology, okay? And Democrats had a conservative ideology. This was over like slavery and enslaved Black folks versus freedom, okay? So back then, Republicans in Congress were livid at the continuing resistance of Southern states in passing legislation like the Black Codes. And they were horrified by the political and racial violence that was occurring in Southern cities like New Orleans. And they were fearful that Confederates who had just been in an open war against the national government and lost, by the way, some of y'all flying them damn flags don't know y'all lost. While y'all busy talking about other people are treasonous, if you are flying a Confederate flag, you are treasonous. Just so that we're fucking clear. You should be flying the American flag and the American flag only. Because the Confederates lost. Okay? And so what they were concerned about was that the Confederates, who had been in a war against the national government, would soon be restored into positions of power and authority because Andrew Johnson was kind of sympathetic towards the rebels. In other words, he was a bigot. And so the Reconstruction Acts were, they represented Congress's attempt to take over the Reconstruction Project. So this is what happened. Andrew Johnson vetoed these Reconstruction Acts several times. And so here's what those Reconstruction Acts did. They imposed military government in most of the rebel states and conditioned their readmission to the Union on specific political and civil rights benchmarks, including the ratification of the 14th Amendment. So if you all don't know this, so the Reconstruction Acts required that before those Confederate, those rebel countries that had just been fighting against the nation, remember, because they seceded from the Union. Why did they secede from the Union? Over slavery. How do we know that? Because they told us. Everybody following me right now? Should I go back to the secession and then work us forward? Should I do that? Thank you, Scotty. I will. Okay. Yes, Blissful. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, okay, I got you. We'll go back. All right. It may be helpful. I think so. Okay. So, if you can remember, in 1859, 1860 is when South Carolina seceded, and they were the first state to do so, right? So I want to show you all, I want to show you all this because it's so important. So important, so important. Okay, so 1860, South Carolina becomes the first state to secede from the Union, right? And what I want right now is I'm going to pull it up because we've done this before too. And I know y'all be like, Dani, you get so excited. I do. I get excited because I love facts, and the facts are so freaking helpful because they rebut all of the foolishness. Okay. So let me share my screen over here. Okay. Y'all with me over here? All right. So let me share. Where are y'all? Right there. There you are. Okay. So, all right. So here's where we go. I want you to go to 1860 in your brain. This is where we are. So in 1860, you have South Carolina as the first state to secede from the Union. And they are pissed. Why are they pissed? They are pissed over Reconstruction. I mean, over, whoops, hold on. Which one did I just hit? Sorry. I have two things pulled up. And I want to make sure, which one do I have? That's not that one. Where'd the other one go? This is what I get for, y'all know how I am when I have too many damn boxes up. Did I just do a search? I did. I did it in another browser. Y'all don't judge me. Okay, so listen. I want to share this with you all. I want this one. Ha! Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? It is 1860. And South Carolina becomes the first state to secede from the Union. And I'm going to share with you what South Carolina said was the reason they were seceding. Okay. So I want you all, so back then, the way that they worded things, appreciate you guys for hitting the live goal. So listen, so back then, the way that they went about doing these things, hey, Alice Shack Shack, can somebody type in the comments that we're going to do a Pally panel at 1 p.m. my time? So in 2 hours. Okay, so listen. So back then, what they did was South Carolina began their secession by setting the stage for it. They wanted to be able to say to the national government, this is the reason we have the right to secede. And they laid the foundation of why we left Great Britain's rule. So they said, listen, we determined that the 13 colonies could come away from Britain's rules because of this, and this. And because of that, South Carolina has the same reasons, because we have now determined that this union is harmful to us and no longer fits what we need, da, 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 da. So I'm not going to read all of that part to you, but just know that's what they do. And they reference the Declaration of Independence, and they tell you, and they said, whenever, quote, any form of government becomes destructive of the ends for which it was established, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and to institute a new government, which is what we did when we left the British, right? And then they said all the states reserved that same right. Does that make sense? All of the states, all of the colonies, they reserved that same right when they were choosing us, right? And so let me get down here to this. This is the part that's really important, okay? In 1787, deputies were appointed by the states to revise the Articles of Confederation, and on 17th September 1787, these deputies recommended for the adoption of the states the Articles of Union, known as the Constitution of the United States. The parties to whom this Constitution was submitted were several sovereign states, and they were to either agree or disagree. And when 9 of them agreed, the compact was to take effect amongst those that were concurring. And the general government, as the common agent, was then invested with their authority. If only 9 of the 13 states had concurred, the other 4 would have remained as they were, separate sovereign states. So South Carolina is saying to you, listen, when 9 agreed, then the national government, the Constitution would have applied to those 9, but the other 4 would have remained separate sovereign states, independent of that Constitution. And in fact, 2 of the states did not accede to the Union until long after it had gone into operation among the other 11, right? And if they didn't join the Union, they remained separate, independent nations, independent states. And so what they're saying is we can now leave this union and become an independent sovereign state. And this is what they said. We hold that the government thus established is subject to the 2 great principles that we asserted in the Declaration of Independence. And we hold further that the mode of its formation subjects it to a 3rd fundamental principle, namely the law of compact. And we maintain that in every compact between 2 or more parties, the obligation is mutual, and that the failure of one of the contracting parties to perform a material part of the agreement entirely releases the obligation of the other, and that where no arbiter is provided, each party is remitted to his own judgment to determine the fact of failure with all of its consequences. So here's what they were saying. If we agreed that we're going to enter this compact together, the compact being the Constitution and the formation of the Union, and there was a material part of that agreement that I felt like you were no longer upholding, then I could leave then that means I'm no longer expected to comply. If you're not doing your part of our agreement, then I can leave. Okay. And that's what South Carolina was saying. Now, what's important is what material part of the compact is South Carolina referring to? South Carolina is referring to slavery. You ready? You ready? And they spell it out for you. So this is what they say. Oops. All right. Okay. Where was my place? Okay. He says, we assert that 14 of the states have deliberately refused for years past to fulfill their constitutional obligations, and we refer to their own statutes for the proof, right? It's for our folks that are in Palestine, Shawnee. I bring them up like the last hour of the broadcast, and then we give them gifts and things so that they can buy food and clothes and things that they need. And he says, the Constitution of the United States, in its 4th article, provides as follows, quote, God, I want you all to think, they put this in the Constitution. It said, quote, no person held to service or labor in one state under the laws thereof, escaping into another, shall in consequence of any law or regulation therein be discharged from such service or labor, but shall be delivered up on claim of the party to whom such labor or service may be due. So basically what they said is, listen, in the 4th article of the Constitution, you guys agreed that if our slaves escaped and they got into your state, you couldn't just make them free because slaves were free in your states. No, they came from our state, so you have to give them back, right? And they put it in the Constitution, okay? And listen to what South Carolina says. I'm reading verbatim. This stipulation was so material to the compact that without it, the compact would not have been made. The state of South Carolina is saying, listen, if you hadn't agreed to give us back our runaway slaves, we would have never joined this union. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I want y'all to hear me. When people tell you that the Civil War was not about slavery, they're a lie. Because South Carolina says to you, listen, if you all had not agreed to give us back our runaway slaves, we would have never joined this Constitution. We would have never joined this union. It would have not been so. I want you all to sit with that for a minute. Owning slaves, enslaving Black people was so critical that they are telling you, if you had not agreed to give us our slaves back, we would have never been in this union with you. And this is part of the daggone secession document. Okay? I want you all to really take this in. So then he goes on to say, so this stipulation was so material to the compact that without it, that compact would not have been made. The greater number of the contracting parties held slaves. So he said, listen, most of these states that joined this union, we had slaves. And they had previously evinced their estimate of the value of such a stipulation by making it a condition of the ordinance for the government and the territory ceded by Virginia, which now composes the states of the north of the Ohio River. So he said, listen, we had already taken into account how valuable our slaves were to us. And that's why we made it a stipulation. We made it a condition in the ordinance for this to even be a thing. And it says the same article of the Constitution stipulates also for the rendition by the several states of fugitives from justice from the other states. The general government, as the common agent, passed laws to carry into effect these stipulations of the states. Okay, so there were national laws from the national government that said, yes, these are the stipulations. And for many years, these laws were executed. But an increasing hostility on the part of the non-slaveholding states to the institution of slavery has led to a disregard of their obligations. And the laws of the general government have ceased to affect the objects of the Constitution. And so he's saying, so let me just make it clear to you all, right? So listen, in the beginning, we told y'all we're not joining this damn union if we can't have our slaves. And if our slaves escape, you got to give them back. And if you don't agree to this, we're not joining the damn union. And for many, many years, that's what happened, right? For many years, everybody did that. But it's wild the language that South Carolina uses. They said, but it was an increasing hostility towards the institution of slavery, as if the institution of slavery isn't fucking hostile. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean hostility on the institution of slavery? The institution of slavery is hostile. So he says, so listen, now that we're into this thing, the non-slave holding states, right, don't like the fact that we still have slaves. And so they're not giving us our slaves back. Damn it. And listen, they go on, the states of Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Iowa have enacted laws which either nullify the acts of Congress or render useless any attempt to execute them. So those states had passed laws that said, we don't got to give them slaves back. If them slaves make it here, they're just going to be free. Okay? And so in many of these states, the fugitive is discharged from service or labor claimed, and in none of them has the state government complied with the stipulation that we made in the Constitution. The state of New Jersey at an early day passed a law in conformity with her constitutional obligation, but the current of anti-slavery feeling has led her more recently to enact laws which render inoperative the remedies provided by her own laws and by the laws of Congress. In the state of New York, even the right of transit for a slave has been denied by her tribunals, and the states of Ohio and Iowa have refused to surrender to justice fugitives charged with murder and with inciting civil insurrection in the state of Virginia. Thus, the constituted compact has been deliberately broken and disregarded by the non-slave holding states. And the consequence follows that South Carolina is released from her obligation. So we can secede from the union because y'all not giving us our damn slaves back. And we're mad about it because we told you from the jump that we're not joining your union if you won't agree that we get to keep our slaves and that if our slaves escape, you will give them back. So this is 1860, okay? So follow. Now fast forward from 1860, and then you have... So then you have in 1868, the 14th Amendment to the Constitution was ratified. And it was certified, it was formally certified July 28th of 1868. All right, so y'all ready? So in June of 1866, an amendment to the Constitution had been proposed to Congress. And Congress passed it in July of 1868. And then it was certified after the states, right, certified it in July 28th of 1868. The problem was that there were states in the South that were refusing to honor the 14th Amendment. Okay? So I just really want people to understand that. They did not like, so here's what happened. They seceded in 1860, and then in 1865, you had the 13th Amendment, which we all know what it says. It abolished slavery, right, throughout the United States, unless what? Unless it was punishment for a crime. And so that is when the Southern states started making the black codes. They started making laws to specifically be able to arrest and imprison and enslave black people, right? So 1860, Southern states start to secede from the Union over slavery. 1865, the 13th Amendment was passed. 1866, the 14th Amendment is introduced, and it is passed in 1868. But the southern states are not wanting to follow the Reconstruction Acts, which were passed in 67. So the Reconstruction Acts, and I'm going to share those with you. Which one am I on? Let me start sharing a different document with y'all. Whew. I know it's a lot, y'all, but this part's really important, okay? So because the rebel states would not enact and honor the 14th Amendment, Congress passed the Reconstruction Acts of 1867 and 1868, okay? And here's what it says. March 2nd, 1867. Whereas no legal state governments or adequate protection for life or property now exists in the rebel states of Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Florida, Texas, and Arkansas. And whereas it is necessary that peace and good order shall be enforced in said states until loyal and Republican state governments can be legally established. Remember, Republican ideology at that time was liberal, okay? Therefore, be it enacted by the Senate and the House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that said rebel states shall be divided into military districts and made subject to the military authority of the United States. So listen, y'all, the South was so intent on not abiding by these laws. The South was so intent on enslaving Black and brown people and not letting their children be free and not letting them live, right? They wanted their Black codes so much that that Congress had to pass laws and divide those states up into 5 different military districts so that the military could enforce that the South recognized the 13th and 14th Amendment. Good morning, Stacy. Are y'all following me so far? Sounds good, Jody. Right. So again, just briefly going over the timeline for y'all. 1860, the states began to secede from the South, right? The southern states began to secede. Why? Because the northern states were no longer giving them back their runaway slaves, okay? And South Carolina said, listen, if y'all not going to let my daggone, if y'all not going to give me my slaves back, then damn it, we are released from our compact because we told you in the beginning that if you all didn't agree to this part, we was never going to join. So that starts in 1860. And then in 1865, the 13th Amendment passes, which makes slavery illegal except as punishment as a crime. So in the South, they began passing laws known as Black codes, so that they could still keep Black people enslaved and get free labor, right? And then in 1867, you have, what did I just say? You have the Reconstruction Acts start to be passed. And the Reconstruction Act said, listen, y'all are not honoring the 13th and 14th Amendment. So we're going to have to divide these southern states, the rebel states, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Florida, Texas, and Arkansas. We're going to have to divide you guys up into different military districts, and the U.S. Army is going to have to make sure that you all honor that Black people are now free and that you racists cannot rise back to power and then pass laws that circumvent the 13th and 14th Amendment of this Congress. Okay? That's what was happening at the time. Okay? So now fast forward. The Reconstruction Acts, that those laws have been passed, okay? And then guess what happens? One of those southern states challenges the Reconstruction Acts and says that it's not constitutional, okay? We're in 1868 now. So in 1868, good morning, Maryland, the Reconstruction Acts are being challenged in court, and it's made its way up to the Supreme Court in the United States of America, okay? And Congress is like, we got too many racists in the White House and in the Supreme Court, right? And we are not going to let them take us back because our responsibility is to do the will of the people. And I want you to keep in mind that Andrew Johnson, his ass was so racist, He vetoed the Reconstruction Acts more than once. Okay? So Congress, guess what Congress then did? Congress actually voted and they took the court. Oh, they took that court case away from the Supreme Court in the middle of their arguments because Congress knew that the Supreme Court was compromised, that the Supreme Court was not going to do what law would have them do, what the people would have them do, and that the Supreme Court was going to support the racist president of the United States. And so Congress passed a law to take the jurisdiction for that case away from the Supreme Court. So when these fuckers sit in Congress and they tell you we can't do anything, they are full of shit. 1868, Terry. Yes, TK, it's my birthday. So follow me. You can look this up. So court case taken, whoops. Let me just do this. Jurisdiction removed by Congress, 1868. And so the court case is called Ex parte McCardle. So in 1868, Congress passed legislation that removed the Supreme Court's appellate jurisdiction over habeas corpus cases. And they specifically targeted Ex parte McCardle, which was the one that was challenging the constitutionality of the Reconstruction Acts of military policies. So that act passed by Congress in 1868 directly restricted the Supreme Court from ruling on the case, even though they already had it under consideration. And so that tells you that Congress has the power to make exceptions to the court's jurisdiction. So follow the timeline. Okay, 1860, South Carolina becomes the first state to secede from the Union. South Carolina says, hey, Jay, South Carolina says, listen, y'all told us that if we join this union, right, that you all would give us our slaves back if they escaped. And now all of a sudden, because y'all don't like slavery, you're not giving them back. So we're going to secede from the Union, right? And so they did. And then in 1865, the 13th Amendment was passed, right? Now, remember, it took 2 years for even that to reach Texas, right? Y'all remember that. It took 2 years for it to even reach Texas. Okay. So in 1865, you have, why am I not in Congress? Because I don't want to run, Kimmy. So in 1865, you have the 13th Amendment is passed. And then in 1867, and then you have, hold on a second. I lost one in between there. Yeah, that's it. And then in 1868, you also have the 14th Amendment. Okay. And so the 14th Amendment happens and it says, listen, if babies that belong to enslaved people are born here, then they are citizens, right? And so the South doesn't want to honor the 13th or the 14th Amendment. So Congress passes laws called the Reconstruction Acts. And the Reconstruction Acts were to divide the Southern states into 5 different military districts. And the military was going to come to the South and ensure that they actually upheld the 13th and 14th Amendment in those states. Andrew Johnson, the president at the time, was such a racist that he vetoed the Reconstruction Acts several times, and then they still got them passed. Okay? So that is how we got to where we are in 1868. And the whole reason I want you to know this history is because I want you to understand how important these midterms are. Because if there is a Democratic majority in Congress, if there is a Democratic majority in Congress, in the House and in the Senate, guess what? These court cases that are going before the Supreme Court right now, that like where they just dismantled the Voting Rights Act of 1965, Congress could have taken that jurisdiction away from the Supreme Court. How about that, folks? How do we know they could have? Because they've done it before. And so these are the conversations that we have to start having. No, Joe, have you heard me mention impeaching Trump today? No, you haven't. Not if you were listening. If you were listening, you heard me tell you, right? Don't nobody give a damn about Trump. He's a symptom of the issue. Hey, facts, folks. Good morning, facts people. Thank you guys for coming over. I'm going to give you guys a second to get in here. And then, because you guys may have heard me when I was on with facts this morning, and I want to go back and share with you all what I just shared with everyone else, but I'll do like a kind of like summary version of it, so that everybody gets it. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you guys for rating me from facts. I appreciate it. What's up, Mudflower? I'm neither a Democrat or a Republican. Thank you guys for all the happy birthday wishes. I appreciate it. And Joe, if you want to have a discussion about it, feel free to request up. Joe, I am more than happy to have a discussion with you. You're welcome. Okay. So thank you guys. Appreciate all you facts folks coming in here. Okay, so facts people, do you all remember this morning when I joined the live and I was talking about that day and that specific time when Congress took away a court case from the Supreme Court in the middle of their deliberation? Do y'all remember that? I mentioned it when I was on facts this morning. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. Okay. So I'm going to give you all the timeline that I just gave them. Appreciate you, sire. And I want you to hear how significant this is and how incredible it is. And I really want you to be able to share this with the people in your lives. Okay. And if you want to take notes, you can more than do that. Okay. So I'm going to give you an 8-year timeline, right? It was a law that they passed. Give me 1 second. Ooh, did y'all hear my back pop? I don't know if y'all heard it or not. I was like, dang, my back said, oh, I love this. So it is Ex parte McCurdle, 74 USC 506. That's the law that they passed. Okay. You felt it? Yeah, just saying. You heard it? Yeah, y'all. I be cracking all over, but it's okay. So listen, the legal mechanism was just the law. That's the law that they passed. Yeah. So the legal mechanism is just they are Congress so they can make laws. And so what Congress specifically did, right, my back said happy birthday. And so what they did was they developed a law to specifically go prevent this particular case. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys the rundown. All right. So all my facts people, this is for you. Okay. Because I'm going to bring you guys up to speed. Appreciate it. No. Okay. So listen, 1860, you have got the South Carolina, the first state to secede. And they very succinctly say in their secession document that the reason they are leaving is because they told the northern states up front that if they did not agree in Article 4 of the Constitution to return back to them any of their slaves that ran away, then they would not join the Union. And so they included in Article 4 of the Constitution that any enslaved or in-serviced individual that got out of that jurisdiction and into a jurisdiction where they would be free, they were not free in that new jurisdiction and must be returned back to the prior jurisdiction where they were enslaved. And they said, for the first few years, you all were doing that. You were giving us back our slaves. But now, because y'all are being hostile towards the institution of slavery, y'all aren't giving us our property back, right? And so because of that, we are no longer obligated to fulfill our part of this agreement with you. So we're leaving. How about that? And that was in 1860. And then in 1865, the 13th Amendment is passed, right? And the 13th Amendment says, listen, Black folk are free. Nobody can be enslaved unless it is punishment for a crime. So what did the South do? The South started making black codes so that they could start making standing in the damn street a crime so that you could be enslaved and you could still be free labor and property. Okay. So that was 1865. And then in 1868, the 14th Amendment is passed. The 14th Amendment says what? That the children of enslaved individuals are citizens. So you can no longer say because you were born to a slave, you're also a slave, right? You don't get to say that anymore. Those children are actually citizens now. And the South was like, I don't know what y'all doing, but this shit is cray cray. And Andrew Johnson, who's from the South and also racist, was like, yeah, they are cray cray. So then Congress passes a law in 1868. They passed two called the Reconstruction Acts. Okay. And the Reconstruction Act said, listen, hey, you folks down in the South, because y'all lost the war, damn it. Y'all lost the war. And we told you these people they are not your slaves any longer. And you have to adhere to the 13th and 14th Amendment, right? So they passed that's what the Reconstruction Act said. And the Reconstruction says, listen, y'all not going to do that. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to divide y'all up into different military districts, and we're going to send the military to make sure that you adhere to the 13th and 14th Amendment, right? So that's what the Reconstruction Acts were. Andrew Johnson vetoed the Reconstruction Act several times because he was like, no, we're not going to do that. But they did it anyway. So then all of a sudden, someone decides, well, we're going to challenge the constitutionality of that law, okay? So McCardle, they form a law, et al. McCardle, which is everybody that was a part of this lawsuit. They sue the Reconstruction Acts, and they say this is not constitutional. And so it goes through the ranks until it reaches the Supreme Court. Now, the Supreme Court at the time was also racist. So between the president of the United States, who was racist and fascist, and the Supreme Court that was also racist and fascist, these guys were like, oh, well, we're going to determine whether or not this law is constitutional. Kind of sort of like birthright citizenship, right? And so Congress passed a law that specifically said the Supreme Court doesn't have jurisdiction to hear habeas corpus cases. And so it targeted this specific court case that was before the Supreme Court. So in the middle of the Supreme Court deliberating on this case, Congress passed a law that took this case out of their jurisdiction. So then the Supreme Court could not overturn it, and Reconstruction Acts could actually happen. Okay. So that is how we got to where we are. So let me ask, hold on. So yes, the military did end up occupying the southern states under the Reconstruction Acts. So the military rule structure was there, and they occupied 10 former Confederate states, except for Tennessee. And if I'm not mistaken, Tennessee is where Andrew Johnson is from, right? I should know this. I'm from Tennessee, but I don't like racist people. So yeah. Yeah, he's from Tennessee. So excuse me. But yeah, so that's the deal. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. Okay, so follow me. So the military occupied all of the southern states except Tennessee during the Reconstruction Acts, right? Yeah, 100%. So yeah, so that's what happened. So this is why I am telling you and why I'm sharing with you that these midterms are critical, because everybody wants to know, why isn't anybody checking this administration? Because Congress, the body that is supposed to check this administration, has laid down, and they're not doing that. So if you want Congress to begin doing that, then we have to have a Democratic majority in the House and in the Senate come the midterms. Isn't that wild? Appreciate you, Steve. So isn't that wild, y'all? When you hear me tell you the history from 1860 to 1868, is it not wild? Appreciate you, Scotty. Yeah, the Triple K is from Tennessee. So, yeah, Big Frank, this is not one of the things that they teach in history. So I follow a guy by the name of Tad Stromer. He is a resistance historian. He's incredible. I first learned about this from him. And then I was like, what? That happened? And then I was like, brrr, like reading, because I wanted to know, well, how did it come to pass? And so when you do that, right, when you start to understand that, I mean, you know, when people say, oh, well, racism is dead, it's not. It's not. And I'm going to share with you one of the reasons why it's not. Okay. Buenos dias, Mr. Barrios. How can Congress add or delete amendments out of the Constitution? So no, it's not just a 2/3 majority. If you're going to add an amendment, then 37 of our states have to also ratify it. Thank you, Megan, for the birthday wishes. Okay. So one of the things that people need to remember is that we are working within a system that currently exists. But when the system is actually used to its full capacity, the checks and balances do exist and can be utilized. You just absolutely have to elect people that are willing to stand up and use the power that they have. The Constitution clearly outlines that Congress has this power, and they're doing nothing about it. The fact that they're saying, oh, well, we're just sitting back. So let me tell you something. My thoughts right now, okay? Here's my thoughts right now. Well, Manchin is leaving West Virginia, and Fetterman's not up for re-election. Okay? Fetterman's not up for re-election. So the part that people really need to understand about where we are and what can happen, the checks and balances are there. Yeah, they absolutely have the power of the purse, but they also have the power of impeachment. They have the power of removal. Congress has a lot of power, and they have the power, most importantly, to pass law. And that law can be utilized to do lots of different things. Okay. And folks, listen, for those of you all that said that racism isn't here anymore, or racism's not an issue, or we fixed racism with the Civil Rights Acts and with, you know, the fact that one Black dude became the president, foolish. The accomplishments of one person does not change the hearts and minds of millions of people. It doesn't. Right? And so this is one of the things that has to be done. We have to have conversations about the things that many people don't want to acknowledge. Okay? Appreciate you, Breeze Rebel. Right? And so it's really important that people understand that the conversation about race or racism is about the systems. Do you understand? It's about the systems that exist. And then you have to understand the intersectionalities of the different systems that exist. Okay? So you absolutely have to understand the intersection between racism and classism, between racism and sexism, between racism and ableism. Like, all of these have different places of intersection. Appreciate you, Ahmad. And it's important to know that. Jay Clowery, you're actually telling a lie. The United States of America is not the most free country in the world. That's absolute bullshit. Let Google be your friend and look it up. No, we're not. Matter of fact, we have significantly declined. I don't have to be careful with criticism. My criticism is in fact. So I don't have to be careful with criticism. Yeah. Now, if you don't like my criticism, then feel free to come on up to this panel and we can have a discussion. Y'all, Jay Clowery has Dani derangement syndrome. His ass be here all the time too. Swears up and down he don't like me and that I'm full of it, but here he be all the time. Dani derangement syndrome. That's what he's got. Hey, Macon, how are you? Name one hateful thing I've said, Jay. You can't. You can't. Yeah. What have I said hateful about white people? Tell me. Thank you, Rini. What have I said hateful about white people? Tell me. Come on, name something. Be specific. Get with it. Yeah, he's back again. No, you don't get to be general. You said, I said hateful things about white people. Tell me the hateful thing I said. Please tell me. He can't. Right, Butters. It's funny to me when people say things like that. Yeah. My laugh is evil. I did that shit just for you. That's not even my real laugh, but I was trying. Oh, Loby. I'm just saying. Yeah. Listen, if you don't like what I'm saying about a particular group of people, and what I'm saying is rooted and based in fact, then that's not a me problem. That's a you problem. That is not a me problem. That's a you problem. So, for example, if you do not like the fact that historically speaking, okay, it is white Western countries that have perpetrated the most acts of terrorism, that's your fault. I don't have nothing to do with that. And if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. It is a fact. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm a Muslim. Like, y'all are funny. Of course it's obvious. Well, what's obvious? How do you know I'm Muslim? Tell me. Y'all are wild. You don't have to correct his grammar. He won't remember it. They can't decide. Listen, they can't decide what to call me to try to make me mad, right? 1 minute I'm a boy, 1 minute I'm trans, 1 minute I'm Muslim, 1 minute I'm a racist, 1 minute what else? I'm trying to think. Like all the things that they say as if any of those things, like, I don't know, do you think calling me trans is going to make me mad or something? No. Like none of those are insults to me. You have a boy haircut. You might need to go talk to somebody if you believe that haircuts have genders. That's why pronouns confuse you all. This is why they can't handle a conversation about pronouns. They believe that hair has gender. It's crazy. Right? But these are the facts, folks. You don't have to like them, look them up. 1860, read the South Carolina secession document. I just read it to you, right? 1865, go read the 13th Amendment. 1867, go read the 14th Amendment. 1868, go read the Reconstruction Acts. Like everything that I just gave you is easily verifiable. Just Google them as you go. It's not difficult. And here's my thing. If you don't like that racism was the cause for the Southern states to secede, right? You don't have to like it. Well, do you think I don't know I'm biracial, Jay? I know I'm biracial. I don't need you to tell me. I know who my mama is and my damn daddy. He said, you're half white. Like, I don't know. I've been half white my whole ass life. Like, is that supposed to be a revelation? Like, oh my gosh. Oh my God, I just found out I'm half white. Woe is me. I don't know what to think about myself. My identity is just crushed. You're just weird, bro. You're just weird. Like, I don't know. Like, you're half white. I know. Oh my gosh. Y'all are hilarious. Oh my geez. Right. It's so wild. Appreciate you, Donna Ski. Okay. But I know, right? But I wanted to share that with you all so that you understood exactly how much power exists when you have the right people in Congress and when the people require Congress to do the thing. Who's they? He said, they call you mulatto. Who's they? Who's they? Oh my geez. Like, let's see how many things he can come up with that he thinks is going to upset me. Keep trying, bro. No, blacks don't call me mulatto. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Bless your heart. How do you know? You don't have no black friends. Hey, y'all, the whitest of white men ever is going to tell me what black people say. Here, let me use you to put my gloss on. Here. There you go. And I didn't need no filler for those either. Okay, so we're going to get back to business now if y'all are ready, okay? Just saying. Yes, they are so funny. For real, for real. And it's funny, he said Michelin lips. Baby, people pay to get lips like this. People pay to get lips like this, and I was just born with them. Don't be mad because you ain't got them. I'm just saying. Don't be mad. I don't need no plumper, no filler, no nothing. Okay, so they do. They pay real good money for lips like this. Okay, so we have talked about these first two boxes, right? And the importance of Congress, right? and how these two boxes, the top two boxes, demonstrate how important this midterm election really and truly is, right? So I want to move down to the bottom two boxes, and I want to show you how they correlate together and how they are similar. Okay, so I put up one part about it. Let me ask a couple of questions for people that are in here. So I have Polish Monkey in my requests, and I don't know if you really meant to request up. I have image cards in my box, and I'm not sure if you meant to request up. Monkey, can you tell me if you meant to request up? Thank you, Ahmad. I got you. Good morning, Heather. You are not being respectful, totally biased, and serves the devil. Okay. Totally biased and serves the devil. Okay. Like, right. Nothing but a troll. So I'm going to guess that, let me just see if this works or not. Y'all are just weird. Weird, weird, weird. Image cards. Image cards. Did you mean to request up? Yes, hazel-eyed girl. It is. It is my birthday. They really trying, Marilyn. I must have made them really mad reading South Carolina's secession document. Y'all mad at history? Don't be mad at me. I did not play the birthday song. Thank you, hazel-eyed girl. It feels weird to play the birthday song for me. That's weird. So, no. No. I did not. That's just weird. But I appreciate all of the happy birthday wishes and all the happy birthday gifts and all the happy birthday pay apps or whatever. I think a couple of those have come through. So appreciate it. No, I don't. Appreciate you guys. All right. So here we go. So wait, I want to talk about the bottom two boxes. Okay. Can we talk about the bottom two boxes? So I want to start with this box over here. The 49 people have died in ICE custody since last year. Did I just turn 21? God, no. You couldn't pay me to be 21. You could not pay me to be 21. No, thanks. Thank you, Jen. So did you all hear what I just said? 49 people, 31 last year, died in ICE custody. 31 people last year. And what's really crazy is that was 31 for the entire year of 2025. Thank you, Indigo. This year, 18 have already passed. You might need to clear your cache. Yeah. But I really want you all to think, as of May 1st, in the first 4 months of this year, 18 people have already died in their custody. That's more than 4 a month. That's an average of 1 a week. In what world do we have detention centers or prisons where 1 person per week is dying on average? No, we're just talking about the people in detention centers, not people sent anywhere else, not people sent out of the country. No, we're talking about in ICE custody. And the reason I want to draw a comparison is because we all know that the IOF has been training our military, our police for a long time. There's different situations, Belfour, in which the cause of death, some of them have been labeled homicides. Some of them it's because they received their medical care was delayed. But how many of you all, I know that if you've been with me for a while, you know this. But if you haven't been a watcher with me for a long time, are you aware that the IDF, right, has been training our police for years upon years upon years now? How many of you all knew that Israel's military has been training our police departments? Sometimes they train them here, and sometimes we send them to Israel to be trained. And I'm making that comparison because I also want you to realize, right, that in the last 2 years, 80 Palestinians have died in Israeli prisons. Oh, it's many police departments. It's many police departments. So Amnesty International even did a report about it back in 2017. But let me I'll show you. So 2016, actually. Okay. But there's quite a few. So, like in 2016, to give you an idea, there was actually a report from the Justice Department too, but Baltimore, Maryland, Florida, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, California, Arizona, Connecticut, New York, Massachusetts, North Carolina, Georgia, Washington State, and the DC Capitol Police have all traveled to Israel to be trained. And then thousands of others have been trained by Israeli officials here in the United States of America. And this, yep. And this has been going on since after, yeah, you guys didn't know that? Yeah. So since 2002. And what's wild is why would the United States of America want an organization that has racked up human rights violations for years training our police? I don't know, Bobby. Some of it are things that are paid for by taxpayer dollars, and other parts they are privately funded. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've had enough of you today. Yes, Lynette, and that was part of it. Dolphin J can't even reply back. He's gone. I'd had enough of him. I just was like, bloop, bloop, done. So you can actually read some of these reports on this stuff. And so the question that you have to ask yourself, right? And the question that we need to be asking our elected officials is why? Why would we send our police officers, right, that are supposed to be, of service to the public? Why are we sending them to be trained by people that have racked up like tons and tons of documented human rights violations? Isn't that asking for people to be violated? Isn't that asking for people to be unalived, right? Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. So I'm going to give you another article. So this happened since 2001. Since 9/11, this is when this began. So, yeah. So, in 2002, Los Angeles Police Department Detective Ralph Morin went to Israel to receive training and advice for them. And it's wild. In 2003, 33 senior U.S. law enforcement officials from Washington, Chicago, Kansas City, Boston, and Philly all traveled to Israel to attend a meeting on, quote, law enforcement in the era of global terror. I don't know, Bobby. It doesn't surprise me, though. And it'll get challenged in court. So, right. In 2003, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security established a special Office of International Affairs to institutionalize the relationship between Israeli and American security officials. Susan Collins from Maine, please repeat the last statement. Hey, Shobel. So which one? The one that I just said? I don't know which statement we're talking about. Are you talking about in 2003 about who traveled to? Oh, yeah. So, well, a lot of them have over time, right? So, yeah, that's coming, Angel. So, listen, so there were 33 in 2003, 33 senior U.S. law enforcement officials from Washington, Chicago, Kansas City, Boston, and Philly. They all traveled to Israel to attend a meeting on, quote, law enforcement in the era of global terror, end quote. Okay. In 2003, also, the Department of Homeland Security established a special office of international affairs to institutionalize the relationship between Israeli and American security officials. And this is a quote from Senator Susan Collins about that special office. She said, quote, I think we can learn a lot from other countries, particularly Israel, which unfortunately has a long history of preparing for and responding to terrorist attacks. And so let me just say this. They have a long history of preparing for and committing terrorist attacks. Just to be clear. Folks, they used 9/11 to terrify the United States of America. In order to do what? In order to pass the Patriot Act. In order to have Americans give up their civil rights, give up their right to privacy, give up our rights to the Constitution, right? That was the idea. And that's what they've done. And again, I don't know how many times I can say it in one live. This is why it is so 12:12 on the clock. It is so important for us to get out in massive numbers for the midterm elections. Right? In September 2012, Police Department NYPD opened an Israeli branch. Listen to this, you guys. It's crazy. Listen, in early September 2012, the New York Police Department opened an Israeli branch at the Sharon District Police Headquarters in the Israeli coast city of Kfar Saba. Why do we have a New York Police Department in Israel? Why is that a thing? It's just important for people to know that there is a significant integration between Israel into the United States government. And that's not acceptable. Appreciate you, Bowie Leg, right? It's not acceptable. It's not okay. And it shouldn't happen. And this is why, yeah, we really do, right? And so let me say this. When we keep saying they own us, they don't own us, right? Because the people aren't for sale. They can own our politicians. They can't own the people, though. Appreciate you, Mila. Nope, brass bone, not running. Right? Oh, it was your mom's birthday today. She would have been 96. That's awesome, Carol. And so I think that it's just really important that we observe this correlation. And I would be remiss if I did not bring this up. I want you all to understand that Israel has almost 10,000 Palestinians in their prison, including children, including women. Your grandson was born this morning. Oh, he's born on my birthday. I love that. I love that. Yay. I was trying to read something and I lost it. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so all of this, your daughter is 2 today. Today your daughter is 21. Look at that. Look at y'all sharing my birthday. Love that. Yeah, I know that's what we're doing with the detention centers here. Does everybody remember that Israel passed a law specifically for Palestinians and the death penalty? Thank you guys for the birthday wishes. Do y'all hear me? Everyone remembers and everyone is aware that Israel passed a law specifically for the death penalty for Palestinians. So how many of you all know that they are also establishing a court specifically for those cases? Thank you, Renee. How many of you all knew that? Yeah. And they don't need it, but that's exactly what they want to do. And you all know as well as I do, there's never going to be a time when that court rules in favor of a single Palestinian. It's just not going to happen in any way, shape, or form. What are they? No, it's literally that any Palestinian gets the death penalty. So let me show you. So, let me see which one I want to do. So, Israel passed a mandatory death sentence for Palestinians convicted of terrorism or flouting international law. Which flouted international law, and people are. I hate it when they say this. Oh, it's getting widespread condemnation. I don't give a fuck about your condemnation if you're not going to do anything about it. Like, I just don't care. But I want you all to understand that it doesn't matter, because they can determine, they say whatever is terrorism. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter what it's for if they can determine what terrorism is. And this applies only to Palestinians. And the sentence must be carried out within 90 days of the final ruling. So if you all do not understand that that is specifically an act of genocide, I don't know what to tell you. If you write a law that says we're going to make the death penalty available for terrorists, but only if they're Palestinian, and we have to unalive them within 90 days of the ruling. They just want, I'm not sure, Kim, I have to go back and look. I quit looking after, right when we got off. But I really want you all to understand that this is something right from a country that is run by a terrorist. Exactly. All your grandson turned 18 today and your granddaughter turned 12 today. Look at that. All these people sharing my birthday. I love that. But I really want you all to see. And so for me, this is important. It brings me right back up to the top. I am so tired of the American government violating crimes and then thinking that they can enforce the rule of law on anybody else. You want to throw immigrants who are here on a misdemeanor, right? Who are undocumented here on a misdemeanor. You want to throw them in detention camps for quote unquote breaking the law, but yet you all are breaking the law. You broke the law when you didn't release the Epstein files. You broke the law because we're at war 74 days later and Congress hasn't said we're at law. You broke the law because you are still arming Israel and they have been found guilty of committing war crimes and crimes against humanity. All of that is illegal. All of that is illegal. And so we need a Congress that is willing to do what is necessary, right, to hold them accountable. Appreciate it, Max. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Y'all following me? Because they want it to make it look like it's thanks, Bryce. They want to make it look like it's some sort of legal way that they are doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how many of you all missed when we talked about this, but the DOJ just re-implemented death by firing squad in the United States of America. If you missed it when we talked about it, our DOJ just reinstituted death by firing squad in the United States of America in 2026. Like what? And I don't know about you all, but we aren't going back. Yeah, really, Taylor. Yep. You missed that one? Thank you, Jenny, for the birthday wishes. Hey, Jules. I really want you all to understand. And we have to, thank you, Scotty, for reminding me. I got to get water. But I want you all to start talking about things in terms that people are gonna hear you and they're gonna resonate with, right? And also the gas chamber. No, I don't care what BB said. Fuck him. I can't wait for him to be arrested and be done with. I didn't watch him lie on 60 Minutes. I try not to give too much of my life and my energy away to BB or to the President of the United States. However, the President of the United States did say some things that that I want to talk about. Okay. Because it's just weird. He's posted, right, Macon. But so listen, so I know that. So listen, when he says, so Macon just said Trump is breaking the law by using the presidency to make money. I understand that. I know that, right? Thanks, Jules. Thank you, Jen. But listen, I guess, yes, that's a big deal. And I want to talk about the things that are costing people's lives, right? So like, I don't know if you all saw today, but they have changed all of the terms about the gold-plated watch he was selling to people. Hey, thank you, Lisa. How many of you all saw that? Okay, so after people bought the watch, when people bought the watch for $400, wait, phones, sorry, there was a watch too, right? Phones, sorry, phones. Thank you. Right. It's been, fuck y'all. It's been cereal boxes, watches, phones, shoes. But I meant phones this time. But it's been all the above. It's crazy that I'm talking about the President of the United States and I'm talking about shoes and watches and cereal boxes and Bibles and, Yeah, all the things, right? But so here's the thing. So those watches were originally purchased, but down at the bottom, I don't know if everybody, right, pardons too, but I don't know if everybody saw at the bottom, it literally said, listen, we're just responsible for branding it. We're not responsible for if you ever get the watch. I mean, ever get the phones. I remember the wallfish. Oh, thank you, Trudy. I appreciate that. But are y'all hearing me? It said in fine print. In fine print, we're just responsible for the branding, right? But we don't have anything to do with with if you really get the phone or not. And now the $100 deposit that you paid is non-refundable, and they don't know if you're ever going to get it. And at first, it was supposed to be all made here in the United States of America. Remember that? Not anymore. It's not. And they still don't have a carrier. And I wonder how many of them could use that $100 right now to fill up their damn gas tank. I wonder how many people that spend $100 on a fucking gold-plated phone that you're never going to get wishes you had it right now to fill up your gas tank. Yep, $59 million is what they made. They made $59 million. Yep. So let me just say this. I know that some people are like, serves them right. Let me just say this, okay? To me, it's like a double-edged sword, right? Because here's my thing. The money is in the Trump trust, right? But here's the thing, y'all, we have to understand, and this is the place where I really want us to try to get to, right? Thank you, Kat. I want you all to understand that these people are being taken advantage of. They are. Let me ask you this. Do you all feel like for the people that died with Jim Jones, do you feel like, oh, serves them right? Or do you feel like, damn, that was really bad for him to take advantage of those people? It's the same difference. It's the same difference. And y'all, it's right. That's why I said it's like a double-edged sword. So I think that, let me just say this, right? So I think that this is where we have to keep empathy, whether we can get to compassion for them or not. Okay. Whether we can get to compassion for them or not, we at least can tap into empathy for them. But do you all know the people that are most likely to be susceptible to cults are actually intelligent people? Did you all know that? There's actually studies on this. People that are most likely, yes, it's very smart people. One day we'll get into the study, but not today. Yeah. Yeah. Because really smart, and listen, smart doesn't necessarily mean a lot of education. I know people with a lot of education that are dumb as fuck. Right? But smart is something different. Okay? But we can talk about it another day. But I want you all to keep that in mind. Okay? Thanks, Brass. Also, I want to give everybody a little notice that in 30 minutes, we're going to do our Pally panel. Okay? 30 minutes. Okay? Trudy said Dani's link tree is a great reflection of her ethics. You got to dig to find out how to give to her. Yeah, my pay apps are way down in my link tree somewhere. Somebody had put them up high one time and I moved them down. Alaikum salam, Abu Siraj. Yeah, that's true. It's way down in there somewhere. But I appreciate you, Trudy. No, Cam, it's she said took me forever. Thank you for putting in the work. He's got a bad connection today. It's taking him a long time to join. Cam said, "Let me put it in the chat." Oh, Aurora, to end up in a cult. They are more susceptible to cult like to being into cults. Yeah. Yep. Salam. Yeah, he's having a hard time connecting. You can see that, right? Oh, thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. How you doing, Abu Siraj?
Hi, Dani. Hi, everyone. Today is your birthday, Dani.
I know.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I came up because I have a speech for you because this is not a regular day. We cannot act as if it is a regular day. Hi, everyone. Hope all of you are doing well. And in your birthday, Dani, I want to just tell you something. There are people in this life that you meet recently, but you feel that you have known them for far too long. And I'm not going to lie to you, Dani. You made us feel like this since the first day we met you. With your kindness, with your smile, with your support, with your openness to listen to all of us, and you're willing to understand what is actually going on here. Trust me, Dani, I know this, me and my people, we love you so much, and we are honored that we had the chance to meet you. And you're one of the few people that I know that they are truly genuine, hurt because of what is happening in Palestine. Your support and you speaking about Palestine almost every day in your panel is something that means a lot to me personally and to my people. Every time you hear our stories and you withstand what the Gazans sometimes do in your panel, is something that we will never forget. Even when we had some differences, other people, their support is something that can change for one stance. But even when we had our differences, I was watching you from outside and you kept pushing and you kept talking about Palestine, which means that you truly care no matter what. And for that, we love you, we respect you, we appreciate you. And I really hope one day, Dani, that you will be able to get everything you ever wanted in this life. And I hope that you will be able to be proud of your children and grandchildren, because you're a good person, you're a good mom, you're a good... I cannot find the words to describe you, but honestly, Dani, thank you so much, and happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you, Abu Siraj. Thank you. Yeah, I do love you all immensely, and I told you before, my support could never be conditional. You know what I mean? Nope. Family has bumps in the roads. Family has disagreements, but that doesn't mean we leave family. We just don't do that. So I love you guys a ton. And if I could, you already know this, but if I could fix it, I would happily fix it. I would fix it 100%. So I appreciate you a ton.
I know, Dani, I know. And I want to say that Even like what is so amazing also about you is your community and your people, your audience. I'm sure that they feel the same about you, the same way I feel about you. They all respect you, they listen to you, they support you. And I'm glad that we were able to find each other on this app,
100%.
because also through you, I had the chance to meet a lot of good people. The Danicans, or the Danistinians, as I used to call them.
Yeah.
They are all kind and overwhelmed us with their support as well. You know, because you always be able to go around with people who have like the same good soul and the same good hearts. And like I address now that Danikins, you are all amazing, honestly. And you're lucky that you have Dani, and Dani's lucky that she has you. And I hope that this will carry on until, inshallah, all of us, we will be able to create an impactful change. But I just want to say that to everyone, that you have already created an impactful change in our lives, the people that you met here on TikTok. And hopefully one day I will be able to come up here sharing good news with you. And maybe, Dani, one day we will get to meet, and I'll bring you a birthday cake with me.
Inshallah.
So again, happy birthday, Dani, and enjoy it to the max. I'm sure that your family must have planned something for you today. Inshallah, you will enjoy it.
I'm going to be working tonight. I'll be live again. I'm interviewing a candidate for Congress tonight. But inshallah, we absolutely will get to meet one day, and you will get your incense holder that I made for you with your name, because I still have it sitting on my bookcase over there. So that will happen. Please tell Raja I'm okay. Raja's mad because I'm crying. Raja, I'm okay. I don't know how to tell him that.
I can tell him.
Okay.
I can tell him. رجع فيش إشي، بس هنتها بعيد ميلادها فهي صارت تبكي. ما في إشي يا صاحبي.
Yeah. Thanks, Cam. Yeah. I refuse to believe anything different, right? I just refuse to believe that goodness won't win. Like, I believe that goodness will win, Abu Siraj. And I know that that might be hard for you to believe, and I don't blame you, but just know that I'm holding space. Yeah, it's going to win. From the river to the sea. Yeah, 100%.
Abu Siraj, why did you make her cry on her birthday? They're happy tears, though. That is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with her and us.
No need to thank me, Cam, and good to see you, my friend. And I didn't want her to cry, honestly. I wanted you to smile, Dani, because everyone here loves your smile.
Well, you guys make me smile, and everybody knows it. People take screenshots when I get to have all of you guys on, and then everybody turns their cameras on, and I get to see Bilal smile, and Raja smile, and Muhammad OS smile, and all of our folks. It just just fills my heart. Like, I don't think that you all know what a blessing you have been in our lives. I can truly say that this community is better because we know you all. We are better because we understand more. We're just in a better place. You know what I mean? It really is true. There are things that we would not know had we not met you all. And so we are extremely grateful. And this community is very, very grateful for all of the things that you have brought to us, your knowledge, your compassion, and just really your example. I think about sometimes, and even people say it, sometimes we'll be on here and we still see people smiling or children singing. And it's so, it's like they still smile, right? Joy is resistance. And so it just, yeah, Bobby, it is uplifting. It reminds us that no matter what's happening here, we can still find joy. We can still find resistance. We can still fight. Yeah, and we will 100%. Cam, I'm going to grab some water real quick because I am out. And I know Raja's in there, but I don't know who else is or not. And remember, guys, we can just start we're supposed to have a pally panel today anyway.
Yeah, we'll do it right when you come back. No worries. Take your time. Dani,
Cam. Yeah. Cam, there's someone in Gaza. He has been asking me like for weeks to verify him for you. I know him. He's in Gaza, and if you are able to help him out today, it will be amazing. I just tagged him in the chat. This guy.
Let me see. Okay, hold on, let me see if they're already in there or not. Oh yeah, I see him. Mm-hmm. Let me take a screenshot.
Yeah, okay.
Holy jeez. What is it's Pally.
I was going to come. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It's so Pally panel is PALI. So we have folks that are in Palestine, and so one of the ways that we have two ways in which we help them. One is in my link tree, there's a whole section that says Palestinian support links where you can give directly to them. And then the other way is through gifts when they are on the panel. Thank you, Heather. And so because they can take the coins from TikTok and they're able to convert them into, I think, crypto or something. Anyway, it helps them be able to eat and things like that. So we try to do this a couple of days a week. We used to be able to do it more until gas prices more than doubled, you know what I mean? Increased by 60%. But so, yeah, that's it. It's a Pally panel. And so go ahead, Cam.
And then Abu already gave me someone else that he wants to pull up. So I already have their username. So we'll make sure we'll pull them up when we get started. Before we do that, I know Abu Siraj, you kind of, you ruined it because you went up here first. You had your little sappy moment, and I was going to come up here, and it was you made a tough act to follow because I was going to come up here and say happy birthday, Dani, but it wasn't as sentimental and as beautiful as what you shared. So sorry about that, but I just wanted to say, happy birthday, Dani. You made a very tough act to follow, but I just wanted to say happy birthday to Dani. She means so much to everybody here. Like Abu Siraj said, to so many people, her family, her friends, the Danikins, and of course the people over in Palestine. So before we do the Pally panel, I just wanted to hold on, turn up my volume here. Hopefully, it was somebody's birthday. It was somebody's birthday.
This is our birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Oh my goodness. Y'all are wild. Thank you. Party, everybody get lit. Oh, this is our birthday song, y'all. And my friends raise my allowance. It's so crazy. I know the names. Raja said, I want to participate right now. Thank you, guys.
Okay. I'll just turn this down.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Cam. Thank you. I know Roger was fussing.
هلا هلا
Hella,
هلا داني.
hella, hella, Raja. You hear Raja? Oh my. Hey, Raja. Thank you. Thank you, Cam.
I am in the street. I am in the street. I am in the street.
I see. He's in the street. I see.
Happy birthday والله. Happy birthday.
شكراً.
أبو سراج يوم مميز جدا 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 لما نحتفل بميلاد صديقة وأخت غالية على قلوبنا. أقسم بالله أيقونة العمل الإنساني، أيقونة الطاقة الإيجابية. أقسم بالله بنشوفها احنا بصير عندنا طاقة إيجابية وأمل لبكرة أحلى وأحلى وأحلى. هابي بيرثدي داني، هابي بيرثدي. كل عام وأنت بخير، كل عام وأنت السند والظهر، كل عام وأنت أجمل وأحلى. أفراج بالله ما تزعلها، بالله ما تضلك تخليها تبكي. مش معي احنا بنبكي.
يا زلمه يا زلمه والله ما زعلتها.
حكيت كلام أبو سراج،
حكيت كلام حلو صارت تبكي. انا مالي.
يعني عن جد مشاعر من القلب، والله من القلب، محبة من القلب للقلب لداني، الأخت الصديقة العزيزة الغالية، السند، ومش مجاملة ولا ما في بيننا مصلحة مشتركة، ولكن داني على راس من فوق، على الراس والله العظيم. شكرا داني، شكرا لوجودك، شكرا لوجودك جنبنا، شكرا لوجودك في حياتنا بصراحة. حبيبي أبو سراج،
حبيبي
شكرا لكل
رجاء.
الموجودين. لازم الكل يشاركها فرحتها وعيد ميلادها ويوم ميلادها اللي هو يوم مميز بالنسبة لي. أنا في الشارع.
He keeps asking Abu Siraj to translate and then talking so much that he can't.
خليني اترجم يا رجاء، خليني اترجم.
صدق شبكة أبو سراج، شبكة نت أنا من محل هنا عشان أنا أدخل وأفوت معها.
تمام، خليني اترجم لها. Okay, so Raja said that this is definitely a special day.
هلا داني. هلا داني. ماني. هلا داني. هلا داني.
شكرا.
سلامتك.
Okay, so Raja said that it is definitely a special day to celebrate your birthday, Dani. So happy birthday to you. He also added that you're an icon for them, and every time they see you, you give them a push forward with your smile and with your kindness. It gives them like positive energy that they needed, and that he carries the utmost respect for you. And he asked me something. He said, like, Abu Siraj, stop making Dani cry.
When he came in, the first thing he said was, he's making Dani cry, and then he put like the angry face. Oh, shukran, Raja. Inta galbi, Raja. Inta galbi. Yeah, 100%. I love you all so much.
Happy birthday.
Shukran, Raja. Yeah. Whew.
بجد ابو سراج زي ما حكيت يوم مميز والله جدا جدا جدا. قديش فرحت انا اول ما فت اللايف وشفتها بتبكي، فكرت انه في اشي، فبحكوا لي في التعليقات لا عيد ميلاد داني، ففرحت كثير كثير كثير، وعرفت انه في فرحان من اكيد كلامك الجميل واللطيف ابو سراج، اللي دائما انت برضه متواجد معنا كل المواقف، انت منا وفينا طبعا يا ابو سراج. نتشكر داني على وجودها في حياتنا، نتشكر كل أمثالك يا أبو سراج وكل الأصدقاء الموجودين في بانل داني ولايف داني، بنحطهم على الرأس من فوق، لأنهم هم فعلا نعم الأصدقاء والأخوة، مش مبالغة ولا مجاملة. شكرا داني. ثانك يو داني. ثانك يو.
شكرا راجع.
Yeah, so as soon as he came to the panel and he realized that this is your birthday, he had to come up to say something to you and to your people. He said that it's been a blessing for having you in his life, and he'll always be grateful for you. And this is definitely not an ordinary day for him. It's a special day because it is your birthday. So happy birthday, Dani.
Thank you, Abusraj, for at one point he commented and he said, "I want to come up now." I said, "Hoo-wee." But yeah, no. It sounds so crazy, but a lot of times, especially with Raja, when he's talking, it's almost like I know what he's saying, even if I can't understand what he's saying. It's like I can, right, Kim, you can tell in the comments, but I can tell kind of what he's saying. Like I get the intent, even without the words. And so yeah, I don't know that there are words to say how much I love you guys, or how much I'm grateful for the community that I have and for you all's presence in our lives. Like I said, my mother knows who you all are. My grandbabies know who you all are. It's just, yeah, you guys are family for sure, for sure, for sure. Yep. Do you guys want to go ahead and open the panel up? Cam, do we want to do that? He said one more thing.
He said he'll be back in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. We can go ahead and start. I actually prefer to be not on the panel when we do it because it's hard for me to manage the people in the requests. So,
yep, I got it.
I'm going to actually pull up just so I don't forget, I'm going to pull up the person that Abusraj said first.
Yes.
Just so we can go ahead and
Yep.
knock that out because otherwise I'll forget about it and things will get kind of crazy. So I'm going to pull that person up first. But you can just drop me now, Dani.
Okay. Thanks, Cam. I appreciate you. Thank you for my song.
Love you.
Love you.
Of course.
Love you. Okay. Holy geez, you guys. All right. So, okay. So I know some of you guys might fuss about this, but here's what would really make me very, very happy. Is if you had any that's Raja. Shukran, Raja. Shukran, Raja. Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay. Birthday. Thank you, Raja. Shukran. He's going to keep playing it. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Dani.
Thank you, Raja. Thank you, Raja. Shukran. So I'm going to ask you. Enough. I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor today. If you planned to give me any more gifts today, if you could do them for the panel instead of me, that would be amazing. So if you plan to give me any other gifts on TikTok today, I would ask you to just give them to our Palestinian friends that we're going to put on the panel. Okay. If you could do that for me, that would be awesome. And why is it not showing all of my spaces? Because it should. Hold on. I'm trying to give more spaces and it's not letting me. Let me see. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now we can fill some more of the boxes. Yeah, amazing. Appreciate you guys. Okay. Holy geez. Yeah, the requests are already off the charts, aren't they? It's okay. Cam, you okay? Take a deep breath because it's a lot, but it's okay. Okay, so I'm trying to
Salam, Dani, and everyone.
Salamo.
Happy birthday, lovely Dani. That's
Thank
such
you.
an amazing news, to be honest.
Dani,
Wallahi, we're so happy for you, Dani.
Thank
محمد راجع بسراج السلام عليكم. Dani, please big box, please.
Please, big box. Okay.
Today is a special day, Dani, isn't it? MashaAllah.
Look, Dani, look.
I see.
Look.
Oh.
Dani, I love you.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Yeah, he made a video.
I know. Oh, he has to send me that.
Dani, look the photo.
He's saying that your stand with him, with Gazans and the Danikans, is indescribable. He's saying.
Amazing. Mo, can you tell him how much I love it?
عجبها كتير يا وسيم وبتقول لك ليش ما بعت لها اياها.
داني look people قول له اولاد اللي في الصورة.
He says those are his kids in the photo.
I love it. Beautiful.
عجبها كتير.
والله العظيم يا محمد بصراحة احكوا لها انه كمية السعادة اللي بتدخلها علينا والفرحة والانبساط اللي بنشوفه منها والتقدير والتقديم اللي بتقدمه إشي كتير إلنا. والله العظيم بيعنينا كتير يا اخوان.
On behalf of him and all of the Gazans coming on panel, we are all like so happy, and we can't even use the right word to appreciate you guys standing with us, the Danikans, this lovely community, and you, Dan, on top of them. Like, may Allah reward you all. May the rest of your age be full of happiness and successful deeds, Dani.
Thank you, Mohammed. Shukran. Oh, tell Wasim he has to send me that. I love it so much. Thank you, Ron.
It's on his account.
Okay.
And he tagged you on that, Dani.
Okay, I'll go get it.
Again, Dani, again.
Dani.
He said again. So beautiful. That's amazing. He used AI and he made a video as if I'm in the video with him and his children.
Sister Dani, I want to tell you something, Wallah, sister. From every year, this day is special to me because this is my wedding day. I get married since 15 years. But this year is more different because it's compatible with your birthday. Really, it's more different for me. I will never forget your birthday because
it's your anniversary.
It's the compatible of my wedding days. Really, it's very special this year. And I hope for you a long life with health, with your family, because wallah, you deserve that, sister. When I love someone, I want to give her something, but I am with my bliss. I can't do anything for you. Only I can send my love and my praise for you and for all your friends because we love you, sister. Really, I can do something to you in your special day. That I hope, wallahi. I hope do something and send you a big gift for you. But I can't because I am here inside Gaza. I hope someday I can do that. I hope that, wallahi, sister. And we will never forget you. That I want to tell you. We will never forget you.
زينة رضوان محمد مو إخواننا من أهل غزة، إذا أنا بمون عليك وإذا بتحبوا داني، إذا I love you داني، نردد بس لو دقيقة نعطيها من وقت، خلينا ننزل نخلي مجلة غيرنا. داني بليز بيج بوكس بليز.
Okay.
Please big box.
Zena, I wanted to.
لو دقيقة لأنها كتير قدمت لنا. 1 2 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I love you, Dani.
I love you, Wasim. I love you, Wasim. Shukran. Into gallery wala. Shukran. So Zina, just so that you know, you all being here is a big present to me, right? It is a big present to me. You all still being here, you all being with us, and sharing this space is a big gift, right? This is a big gift. Sending me your love is a big gift, 100%. So, shukran.
Ahsan speak Dani.
Thank you,
Ahsan speak Dani. والله people from Gaza very happy Dani. والله very happy.
Very happy, Wasim. Walla, very happy to see you.
10 photo والله
10
10 photo.
photos? Yes. I'm going to go get it as soon as we get done. I'm going to go get it and bring it down.
Assalamu alaikum, Dani.
Alaikum salam, Amal.
Salam, my sister. Happy birthday to you, Habib. I wish you full years of happiness.
Thank
with
you.
your beloved ones, inshallah.
Inshallah.
I have
Thank
someone wants to sing you something.
you. Okay.
Happy birthday.
Shukran. Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Not cha-cha-cha.
birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, honey. Birthday to you.
Oh, shukran.
I love you, Dani.
I love you, Habibti.
Happy birthday, Dani.
That's my lovely niece.
I know.
Allah.
I know that's your lovely niece, Mo. I heard the cha-cha-cha. So cute.
Dani would love to send you something if you don't mind.
يا جماعة أهل غزة
Can
أهل
I
غزة
text you about it?
شوية صوفيا.
Yes.
أهل غزة تتحد اليوم هو عيد ميلادها. حابة تطلع المجموعة اللي معهم.
Wasim just kind of takes
أنا
over.
ولا محمد ولا حد من اللي فوق بيقدر يطلعكم. وصلت الفكرة هي لها أكثر من 2.5 سنين معنا واقفة مع 20-25 شخص. لو يصير مجال كلكم حتسحبكم. لذلك أمانة ما تضايقوها. أمانة حلفتكم بالله خلينا نفرح في اليوم اللي إحنا فيه. زين أبو تيم وصلها إنه إحنا ما إلنا دخل في الناس السيئين اللي بيكتبوا تعليقات سيئة وفي الناس اللي بوصلوا. إحنا جايين نفرح ونفرحها. وبتمنى أبو تيم توصلها أن إذا صار مجال اليوم يجي ونفرح فيها الساعة 11.
تمام يا وسيم. Sister, brother Wasim, يعني want to tell you we here to celebrate with you with a birthday. As I told you, I have also a special for mine because it's my wedding days, but it's more special for me, wallahi, because it's your birthday. I hope you and all of my friends here inside, يعني as in the guest, also hope for you a long life with health, with Allah protect you, with your family system. That's wallahi, because you start with us from a lot of time, a long time, and you deserve everything beautiful in this world. You deserve that, sister. Please don't cry, please. This is your day. This is your day.
I know.
We want only see your smile. We want only see your smile in your face. Only smile. No more tears. No more cries. We want to celebrate with you, sister Dani.
I wishing you a year filled with the happiness and health and peace. And we deeply appreciate it always in your hearts. You have a big heart, Dani. And we love you for your everything. You do it for us, for the people here from Gaza. Thank you, Dani. Thank you. Happy birthday, my sister, my big heart. I'm gonna call you Big Heart, my friend.
Thank you, Hussein.
For everything. And if you haven't any business, Wasim want you to come to life to make a celebrate with you with the community if you have time.
Yeah. What time is he going live?
11 o'clock. It's okay for you or not?
11 o'clock for me is 11 your time, so that's 4 my time. That should be fine. Yeah, that should be
Okay.
fine.
We're gonna be wait for you to celebrate with your birthday with our community, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Shukran. I love you all. Wallah. I love you very much. Wallah. Okay.
والله العظيم يا اخواننا في تعليقات اهل غزه والله لو معي اشراف او معي ادمن وقتكم واسحبكم لاسحبكم. الوضع صعب علينا كلنا بس مش بايدي. انا ما بقدر اطلع حد قسما بالله نفسي كنت اطلع بس ما بقدر يا اخي.
حبيبتي.
ما كل حالتنا تحت الصرامه كلنا زي الزفت.
So beautiful. Shukran. Thank you, Habibti. Shukran, Habibti.
أبو تايم اسألها عجبك الفيديو؟
Love you, Habibti. Beautiful.
مو انه على صفحتك محطوط على صفحتك وشو اسمه وعامل لك وعامل لها اشاره. ترجم لها قبل كذا.
Sophia was trying to say that she's gonna send you some of her chocolate bars.
Okay.
For your birthday.
Yeah. I'll get in my I'll message you back, Amal. I'll message you back. Okay, so yeah, Wasim, I'm gonna come get my video in a minute.
Amazing.
Look, Dani, look again.
I see.
Dani?
Yes.
From the morning, he preparing this video. He told me, is that good? Or gonna change it? I'm gonna put another photo, another thing. As you know, from the morning
From the morning you guys were doing it?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
We love you, Dani.
Yeah, I love you all too. Cam, don't forget Allah Shak Shak, I think, is in there too. So I want to make sure that I get him up. So you guys are awesome and amazing and incredible. And I am really, really grateful. Really grateful to know you all. Yeah, you're amazing. Wallah.
Can I tell you something in you?
And your community.
Okay,
We love you all.
I want to tell you something. So I want to let you imagine if you were actually here in Gaza, how would your birthday look like? Okay?
Okay.
So imagine this. So we are all around living.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone texts you randomly that there is a problem and we need you to come to solve it.
Okay.
And then you rush to come and you don't know what's going to happen or what happening, and you think it's a serious problem. And then you find everyone in this big hall or this big living celebrating you. Everyone bringing their own dish. You're going to find cakes, some bakeries, or you're going to find some eats and some sweets. That's going to be there for you. And can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. So you will find everyone celebrating with you, and then there is the dancing. But
Love the dancing.
Everyone is gonna dance dabka, and everyone's gonna dance songs, and then there is the pictures part. So this is how a birthday looks like in here. Inshallah, one day next year we'll celebrate it together.
Inshallah, definitely. Cannot wait. I was looking to see who if anybody knows because Cam, I don't know if you're like me, and I'm scrolling, so I may need help in a minute finding thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Wasim. Shukran. I am trying. Shukran.
Dani, happy birthday. We love you, Dani. We love you so much.
Thank you, Allah Shak Shak. I love you all too. I love you all too. Oh, there's a. It's a little hectic, you guys, over there. So hold on one second.
Wasim down. Inshallah. Happy birthday to you. And I love you, Wallah, Dani. Goodbye.
Shukran. Bye, Wasim. Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. I love you.
Okay, so guys, I'm going to rotate out some of the boxes. Raja is messaging me and saying 2K. He fusses sometimes because I know that when we see everybody, we get really excited. So well, I'll try to do a better job of rotating out. If I can, I'm not sure about, I don't know what I was just saying. Holy geez. Bilal's got a rough connection.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam, Bilal. Shukran. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for taking care of the boxes. There's my friend. Oh, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I'm good. I am good. How are you? Kif halak? You are welcome.
Alhamdulillah, I am fine. You are.
It's good to see your face. Good to see your face.
Thank you, Allah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see you, Allah.
Very happy to see you as well. Thank you. Thank you. Shukran. Shukran. Thank you, guys. You guys are very sweet.
Happy Mother's Day.
It's been a really great day. This has been fantastic. I appreciate you all very much. To the Danikins, tell me how we're doing. I mean, y'all know who's who and what's what. So just I appreciate you all. And like I said, anything that you were going to gift me today, just we can go ahead and give to the panel, to the Pally panel. That would be amazing. That would be awesome. Yeah. It got quiet all of a sudden. I know you guys over here can't see what's happening. But so Abu Siraj kind of kicked things off when he came up. And so a lot of our friends and family over in Gaza have come up to talk to us and share with us. So very excited to see all of their faces. So. Salam Wadni.
Hi, Dan, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you, sis? She might have a rough connection too.
Can we skip this question because it's your birthday?
Yes.
Yeah, you can hear me right now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I said, can we skip this question because it's your birthday, so I don't want you to cry again. You cried because Abu Siraj. I don't want you to cry again because of me.
Well, and we can skip it. Just know that I still want to know that you're okay. As okay as you can be. I know that like you're not okay. I know, but we've been concerned about you. Everybody's been asking about you. So we want to make sure that you're good. Yeah. So that's all. We love you. Yep. Thank you. Shukran. Thank you very much. very much. So Danikins, if somebody can kind of tell me where we are on things, I would love to be able to at least finish what we've got at 2K. Let me know if that's possible. And if there's enough to go around anywhere else, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. You working, Bilal? You in the office? Maybe.
Yes, sister, I am in a work.
Voila. Okay. I need to message you, okay?
Inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. Yeah, I need to message him.
Well, that's necessary.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. Appreciate you guys for taking care of the panel for me. I really do appreciate it. Holy, I know you guys over here don't get to see much. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
You're welcome. Shukran.
Alhamdulillah.
Welcome.
وعد اذا بتحكي وعد في صوت من عندك يا وعد اذا بتحكي.
Bilal looks tired. Mm-hmm. It's okay, Leah. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Kim, I'm not sure if people are getting. I think she's playing me a happy birthday song. I like that. Hey, Valerie. So I'm being played a happy birthday song right now from Palestine. So give me a second. Doesn't it? Appreciate you guys. It does sound good. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
حلوة يا جميل سنة حلوة السلام داني هابي بيرثدي.
Salam Muhammad Oya. Shukran. Shukran. Thank you. Wadmi, that was beautiful. Everybody's playing music. Thank you. Shukran. Thank you. Thank you. Shukran. Shukran.
Danny, I want to ask you, today your birthday?
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday. Well, happy birthday.
Oh,
Well, so happy.
Hi, Osama. I see Osama. Salam, Osama, Habibi. Babusa. Mwah. Hi, Habibi. Shukran, ma'am. Oh, so awesome. So amazing. I've gotten to see a lot of my folks today. Oh, my goodness. Oh, shukran, Osama. Oh, thank you guys. It's been a really good birthday.
Well, Danny, this is the best day. The best day of the day.
Thank you. Thank you, Bilal. Yeah, Abu Siraj came up and then Raja came. Hi, Osama. He's so beautiful. Let me see my little man. There he is. Osama said, I'm tired. So yeah. How are you, Bilal? You good?
Wallah, alhamdulillah, sister.
Yeah.
I'm good if you're good, wallah.
You're tired. Oh, I see the twins.
I have a flu plus.
Yeah, I can tell. Okay, let me see if I can do this.
If you need Siraj or anyone, you can down there.
I think he's not. I think he was up earlier, so I think he left already. I think Abu Siraj left already. So I don't know. So Danikins, can somebody help me and let me know how we're doing and if we have any more coins today or if we need to wait until Friday? Oh, no worries, Valerie. No worries. Wadmi, Ethan said that he loved your song. He said it sounded really good.
This is your cat?
Egyptian.
Yeah. Let me see. I'll show you.
Wallah, that's beautiful. Wallah, that's
Here.
beautiful. يلا طلع على البس تبع داني. والله good.
Say hi.
That's so nice, wallah.
Mm-hmm. It's my boy. He likes to come up here and sit in front of me. He just sits right here while I'm working on my desk. So he sits right in the way. Okay. Wadmi, can you let everybody know that we will do another panel on Friday when we have some more coins?
يا جماعة مش راح ترفع حدا تاني يوم الجمعة راح تفتح كمان مرة بانل وراح ترفعكم اليوم مش راح ترفع حدا تاني ما في نقاط.
Yes.
Dani.
Oh, I see your cat, Allah Shak Shak. I see. Oh, beautiful.
Big box.
Look at his little cat. So cute.
والله.
Oh, I love that.
سكر اسمه.
So pretty.
بس أنا شايفه متعب.
Can
السكر سكر in Arabic سكر.
Sukar?
Yeah, سكر.
Oh, look at that. I got it. I'm getting better. So beautiful. Let me recharge so I can get Muhammad OS to 2K. Appreciate you guys. be action. I know we're trying to get him up. What is in my eye besides my tears?
Dani, is my link on your link tree?
A Money hasn't sent it to me. She needs to send it to me. And yeah, so somebody send me your link and I'll put it on my link tree. 100%. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. I hear the twins. You hear the babies crying. That's Muhammad OS's twins. So, yeah, he's beautiful. Allah Shak Shak. Have you heard anything from the Who?
I am so sorry, baby.
Yeah.
Cry, baby, cry.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. Allah Shak Shak. Yes. Thank you guys so much for taking care of everybody. I wanted to ask you, have you heard anything else from the Who or anything else? I don't know how they're doing. Are they letting anybody else out for medical treatment or no?
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Are you talking with me?
No, I was asking Allah Shak Shak if they were letting anybody out again for medical treatment and if he had heard anything. I know he needs to get out for heart treatment.
معطينكم تصاريح تطلعوا لبرا للعلاج ولا لسه الوضع على ما هو؟
هو في ناس بتطلع بيبعتوا اساميهم للطرف الاخر للاحتلال واللي بيتم الموافقه عليه بيطلع. حتى الان ما حدش اتصل علي انا، والوضع عندي الوضع الصحي كل يوم بيزداد سوء. صدري بيسكر، ما بقدرش اخذ نفسي ومش قادر اتواصل مع حدا بالمره
يعني في غيرك طلع الايام هاي؟
في يعني من اللي احنا بنعرفه، في اللي هو اخوه العزيز العفيفي صديقنا وزميلنا، هي بتعرفه، اخو عزيز ماهر طلع قبل 3 أسابيع تقريبا. وحتى الان في ناس اللي بيبلغوهم بيطلعوا، الكشف اللي بيجي عليه الدور بيطلع.
He said some of them they got out, but for his situation he cannot until now. He didn't get any reply.
Okay.
And his situation is getting worse. He cannot breathe well. He's just is not in a good situation, in a good condition.
Yeah, that I do know. I know he's not in a good situation.
You know that person, Al-Aziz, he got out to get that treatment.
Al-Aziz.
Hey, how are you? Cam, I think people were saying that they are out until Friday. So I guess we'll do this box since we brought them up. And then I think we'll be out until Friday. And then we'll do another one.
Dani, I just joined TikTok for your live. I don't come to another live really.
Well,
but I forgot the name. She encouraged me to join you again.
Good.
One of your team.
Good. You needed to join me again. Everybody's been asking about you. We get concerned when we don't see you. So we wanted to know that you're doing okay. So if you or A Money can send me your link, then I'll put it in the link tree for you. 100%. Yeah.
A Money told you another thing?
She said that no, all she told me was that she was able to make you a link, but she hasn't sent it to me yet. I'll ask her and I'll get it from her so I can put it in the link tree.
I think I have to speak with you in private, but
okay,
not a message.
Okay,
like a call. And your team, if you can.
Yep. I'll message you. Yeah.
Well, I need your time this time.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll make it happen. Yep, we'll do that. Yeah, inshallah, we will do it. So for those of you guys that are watching over here in Tennessee, don't forget tonight at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time, I will be live because I will be speaking with Christy Burke. She's running for Congress in Tennessee's Congressional District 1. So please make sure that you spread the word and to let everybody know that they need to tune in. Okay.
Danny, since I'm on work release real quick, from my probation, I just want to tell you happy birthday and we love you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, girl, we had to put you on. We had to put you on probation, girl. So funny. So funny. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go over here already while I wrap up over here. I appreciate every single one of you that is watching and that tunes in. And you guys have made my birthday amazing. So I will see you.